Making the decision to buy a drinks package is never easy, especially when it costs $109 per person per day. So in this video, we're going to take a look at our Celebrity Premium Drinks Package review and hopefully help you make your decision. This is Linzi from Sweet Natured, and as always I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said in the introduction, Linz, this is our review of Celebrity Cruises Premium Drinks Package.
Yes.
Which comes in at $109 per person per day.
Yowzers. But
make sure to stay tuned towards the end of the video because we're going to show you how to save a significant amount of money off of that $109.
You're so good.
I try. There's three different packages
I want to say.
Available on Celebrity. You've got the alcohol-free package.
No.
$30 per person per day. The classic drink package at $89 and the premium one at $109.
This is me.
And if you're in the retreat, it's included within your price as well as the premium Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So you don't need to take this package.
But you're paying for it.
The classic package gives you up to $10 per drink, 12 if you're sailing out of the UK or Australia. Mm-hmm. And the premium one gives you $17 per drink.
Yes.
Or $20 if you're sailing out of Australia or the UK.
Yeah.
Now, before we can dig really deep into that, would you like to take a second to invite people to subscribe?
It would be so lovely if you could please subscribe. Thank you if you already have done.
And if you can press that thumbs up button, that helps the channel a lot as well. You can follow along on all the regular social media, and there's more Sweet Natured on sweetnatured.com.
Wow.
I know. And if you'd like even more Sweet Natured, including
goodness.
early access to the videos, as well as our exclusive nightcaps, then please consider supporting via pressing the join button.
Ooh.
I know, fancy. Going back onto the review, though.
Yes.
The package main difference, as we've said, is that sort of $10/$17. As I say, I'm aware there's a difference if it's UK and Australia, but we'll go with the main one. One of the bits that they really do well,
yes,
not many other ones do, is if you fancy a fancier drink,
a fancy one
that's over either the 10 or the 17 one,
yes, then
you just pay the difference.
I love that.
So if it was a $20 drink and you got the premium package, you just pay the $3 difference
plus the gratuity.
No, your gratuity is already included within the package, so they don't charge you it again.
Wow.
I did double check that when I went on board.
Yeah, because we did that in Eden, didn't we?
Yeah, there's very few places where we needed to do that at all, because within the premium drinks package, and for me this is one of the big reasons to get it, is there's very little that goes over that limit. Sure, you can get really fancy glasses of wine and champagne, and of course you can get bottles of wine and you get a discount off them. But the normal drinks, your cocktails, your spirits, your beers, your ciders, etc., come in below that 17, apart from when you go to Eden.
And get the fancy ones.
Yeah. Now, there is also the flight of martinis at the martini bar if you wanted 6 martinis in one go. Or you could just order 6 martinis and not pay any extra.
I don't know if I'm back to martini land yet.
Yeah, you overindulged on martinis on one of the night, didn't you?
The first night. It
is worth, certainly whether you're on either of the packages, but this is the premium review, the Eden cocktails are well worth trying.
They're fun.
They're fun, but they're really tasty.
Yeah.
And quite strong.
Very strong.
Yeah, if you go into the Eden restaurant, do treat yourself when you're in there. Because they've got their own bar in there where they make them.
Yes.
And they use all the glasses that they show in the pictures.
Yeah.
Whereas if you get them in the Eden bar...
They're not, they
don't always use those ones.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
But not always.
Mm-hmm.
And the fun, the maker show them, as you can see there, this will get set on fire. Now, this particular drink was only $1 more
than the drinks package allowance.
Yeah.
So it was $18.
Yeah.
So we paid
$1.
$1.
the maths genius sat at the side of me. But for the vast majority of the time, you're really not having to worry about it. Now, the flip side to that, the basic drinks package, and you'll see as you see quite a few menus as we're going through this review, I don't think covers that much anymore.
It's more classic drinks, isn't it? Not fancy.
You say that. A pint of Stella was $11, which meant you would have had to pay
$1.
So that wasn't included within it.
Wow.
They had an IPA.
Yeah.
That was $14.
Wowzers.
So a huge amount of the drinks, when you're in the martini bar, which is incredibly popular, one, because they do shows like that.
Yeah.
But all of the martinis are $17.
So you're not covered there.
So there's nothing in there that you can get. The only exception at $35 is the flight.
Yeah.
But you don't need to bother with that because, as I say, you've got the drinks package, so you just order a martini, then order another martini, then another martini,
That's
which
what
is kind of what you did on that
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
We're not recommending doing that.
Don't do that. And I had oysters.
You did.
I'm blaming the oysters.
Yeah, I'm sure it was the oysters, not the 9 martinis in a row that did that whatsoever. I think this is the night that you had them.
It could be.
But you can also see there, the spirits that you got in there, the Hendrix gin is at 13, and that's before you had tonic into it.
Yeah.
So, for me, the premium drinks package is the only package that I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is worth it for us to go with the basic one.
No.
Albeit, if you get the basic one, you can just pay the difference.
You can.
So
you can.
It probably still works out cost-effective-ish, but the premium one let us just have whatever we wanted whenever we wanted.
Which is what we always like.
It is. We've talked about this in other drinks package reviews. We absolutely love a drinks package.
Why have I gone purple?
It's the lighting that's in there. The problem being on a lot of cruise lines, the drinks packages just don't work out good value for money because they don't let you pay for the upgrades.
No.
They don't cover a lot of the drinks that we want.
No.
Because we do tend to have cocktails.
Yeah.
You'll have some Prosecco, you might have something a bit fizzy.
Why? No.
See,
no.
That's
no.
That's when you've been drinking 9 martinis in a row.
You did not have... No.
You've completely thrown me there on my
Sorry.
train of thought. But the package on here does let us get what we want whenever we want it. And
Yeah.
it is a really great package. They also have in a lot of the restaurants specialty cocktails that are in there that you can't get anywhere else.
That's true.
And again, on some cruise lines, they don't let you use the drinks package in specialty restaurants.
And they don't let you order water at the same time.
No. Whereas on here, it really wasn't an issue.
No, it was which
they
water.
brought us the sparkling.
Yeah.
They said, which water do you want with your meal?
Yeah.
Sparkling water, fantastic, we'll bring you that. They weren't trying to serve us in little small bottles or cans. It were full bottles of San Pellegrino and Perrier and whatever we fancied on there. And also, it is probably worth pointing out that there's no limit to the number of drinks that you can have in a day.
No.
Some packages limit it to, say, 15.
Yes.
Which is still a lot.
It is a lot.
But as long as they don't see that you're too inebriated
No.
to do it. If you're falling all over the place, they're not going to serve you. And if that were after 2 drinks, you cut off at 2. But if you can take the drinks, it's fine.
Yes,
It's not a
take
problem.
them.
Yeah. As you literally took my drink away from me there.
Yeah.
You did have a tendency to try my drink and on occasion swap them.
Yeah, but you always try my drink.
After you've tried mine and gone, yes.
Well, yeah, because you're filming.
This is also true.
It's not,
One of the things that I do love about the drinks package, and this is a drinks package generally, not just celebrities one, is it does let us try drinks that we wouldn't normally do.
Yes.
Because
we
I'm
love
not going to
that.
spend $17 if I think I won't like it.
No.
You can also, as part of the drinks package, go get the coffees, the speciality coffees, speciality teas, smoothies, fresh squeezed juices.
Yes.
So we went to Cafe Albatro every single day.
We did.
We had a couple of ones in there every day without fail.
Great for people watching.
And top tip, they do cocktails in there.
They do in an evening, early evening. They're great.
Not a lot of people are aware that they serve them in that, and some of them are fantastic.
There's one called an Igloo that's an off-menu one. If you get the drinks package, please try it and tell us what it was like, because we kept forgetting to order it.
We did, and we did try some off-menu ones.
Yeah, but we didn't do the Igloo.
No, we forgot about the Igloo one. Now, I said that there's potentially a way to save a lot of money.
Look at you.
I know, the fancy graphics. You can take their all-included drinks and Wi-Fi package, which is £39, $52 per person per day. Now, that offer's not always available, but Celebrity do a lot of all-included packages with the basic one.
Yes.
What you then do is then upgrade to the premium drinks package, like we did. At £468 it cost us for our 13-night cruise in total.
Wow.
Linzi's maths time.
Oh, no.
So, how to save and
Okay.
how those premium drinks package come there.
Yeah.
So all-inclusive drinks option at $39, unless you've had it included within there. Upgrade to the premium for 18, which are a total of $57 or $72 per person per day, saving you $37 per person per day, or on our cruise, $962.
Good grief.
I know. So was it good value though? Because this
For
is what
us.
people really want to know. So each day, on average, we had 3 cocktails or drinks during the day.
We did.
A couple of coffees. 1 premium juice or smoothie.
Yes.
4 drinks in the evening.
Yeah.
So the total average cost for 2 was £254. Now, I've added into there the 20% gratuity, which if you don't have a drinks package, you get charged that on top.
Every time.
If you got the drinks package, your gratuity is already in. So, did it save us money? For the 13 nights, if we'd not done that, our drinks would have cost us $4,200.
Good grief.
The package cost $1,872, so we saved $2,336.
I would have I mean, good grief.
Can you imagine getting that bill on
At the
last
end
day?
of the cruise.
And would we have drunk any differently? No, we really wouldn't have done.
No, because...
$109 sounds like a lot. But if you use the upgrade path, whether you've had it included like we did, and then upgrade to there, it's good because drinks on Celebrity are not cheap.
They are not cheap, but they're very top shelf quality drinks.
They are. And us having the premium package saved us over $2,300.
Good grief.
And I do genuinely feel that we would have drank exactly the same things if we'd not been there.
Yeah.
So we've scored it 10 out of 10.
Wow, it is a great drinks package.
End of another video.
Well, thank you, darling. We hope this has helped you. Cheers, darling.
Cheers, Linz.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is my practical ship tips on board Celebrity Apex. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who is recording the video. So yes, practical ship tips. Let's see what we can see.
So from a very windy top deck, what's your first tip, Linz?
Okay, so my first one is the retreat adjacent hot tub. So
A retreat adjacent hot tub.
yeah, it's quieter up here. Oh, you're following me. So you can come up here and you can see there's some sun loungers and there's the hot tub, but it's a bit quieter than the other.
Having said that, we're now up here and it's actually quite busy.
Yeah, but I mean quieter as in sun loungers, as in people, and you retreat adjacent.
It's a nice quiet area to come on it, especially in an evening. The hot tubs are open until 10 o'clock on the top deck, where we are now, the 2 martini glass ones.
Yeah.
And 11 o'clock in the solarium.
Yes.
And at night, we've been up here and there's just nobody at all up here, is there?
No, but there is staff in the bar and it's fabulous.
So this is what we would recommend for the hot tubs on board.
Yes.
Shall we see if we can find somewhere even more windy?
No.
So for your next tip, Lynn, she brought us up to the magic carpet.
I have.
Why?
So dinner on the magic carpet is very expensive. However, lunch on embarkation day is not.
No. So the magic carpet moves up and down. We're on deck 15 right now.
Yes.
But most of the time that we've been on the ship, it's been on 13.
Yes.
Or 14 even.
Next to the
because we don't have
grill.
a deck 13.
Oh no, we don't. Oh,
No, so it's been on deck 14.
Do we have to spin round 3 times now?
Yeah, something like that. That'll be fine.
Okay.
But yeah, on deck 14, which is right next to the mast grill.
Yes.
So you can go grab some lunch in there.
Yeah.
Then go sit on the magic carpet.
Yes.
Where there's a bar.
Yeah.
And it's completely free.
Well, it's included.
It's included within your fare. So you get
Yes.
lunch on the carpet at $129 cheaper per person.
Result.
Shall we go on to your next tip?
Yes.
So for your next tip, Lynn, you brought us outside the solarium.
Yes.
Why?
It opens at 7.
In the morning?
Yes. It is full by 8 a.m.
Yeah, I came up here this morning about 7:15, and by 7:30 most of the beds had gone.
Yes.
By 8 o'clock, people were walking around going, how come there's no beds left?
So what we did is I sent you up, you just threw some swim shorts on, got your dressing gown on, and I then put the bag together with the headphones, all the necessities for the day. So that's what I would suggest. Come up and send a reconnaissance person to get you your beds.
Yeah, I mean, it applies especially if it's a sea day, which
Yes.
is what we've had today.
Yeah.
Because the solarium, especially if it's a little bit cooler outside,
Yeah.
that'll be where everyone wants to go.
Yes.
And they will get a bed and they'll keep that bed for the day.
A lot do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were in there for what, 6-7 hours today?
Yeah, but we got, you know, we were in the pool, we were in the hot tub, we got cocktails, we made the most of it.
We did. But you need to get here early if you want to make the most of it.
Definitely.
On to the next one. So next up, Linz, you brought us to the back of the Ocean View buffet.
I have. So when you come up to the Ocean View Cafe, and you will, just keep heading back to get a seat.
Yeah, it gets very busy, as you would expect. Most buffets on cruise ships do.
Yeah.
But at the back of it, which is where we are now, it's very quiet.
It's very quiet. It's also, I don't know what magic they've weaved, but it's very sheltered compared to other parts of the outdoor areas. So it's fabulous.
But it is, because anyone who's been watching this will have seen your hair getting blown around on the other parts of the ship. We're still doing this all in that same period of time.
Yeah.
And yet back here, it's just incredibly sheltered. It's a really nice, quiet place. And the best thing about it, even though you can't tell, just there, that's where the pizza is.
The pizza. And you'll also notice, if you do sit further up, you in an evening, and you see the crew come up, they will just walk straight to the back.
They know it's quiet as well.
They know it's quiet and it's lovely.
Yeah. So on to the next one.
Yes.
Next up, you brought us to the Eden restaurant.
I have.
Why?
Please don't attempt to do Eden restaurant and the Eden show on the same evening.
Yeah, we've spoke to a few people who've tried to do that and rushed the meal.
Yeah.
And the Eden restaurant's a very special restaurant. You pay quite a bit to come to it anyway.
Yeah.
The shows are on multiple times, they're repeated.
Yeah.
Come and do the dining.
Yes. Split it.
Have that as that dining experience.
The
and
Eden night.
sort of everything that goes on down here.
Yeah.
And then come do Eden, which is upstairs here for the show at a different time.
Yeah, and make sure you come about, I would say, an hour earlier than when the show is due to start if you want a seat, because it gets very busy.
For seeing the show?
Yes.
Yeah, at least an hour. I mean, very fortunately, there's some really comfy chairs, a bar with amazing cocktails.
Yeah.
And it's a good place to hang out anyway, so getting here an hour early is not a problem.
Not at all.
But if you get here sort of 45 minutes before, you're not getting a a front row type seat for seeing the show.
No,
and if you get here within half an hour, you probably won't even see the show properly.
No.
So 2 tips in one, double tips.
This is why we are here.
On to the next one. And for your next tip, Linz, you brought us to the theatre.
I have. Now let's imagine you're in the cocktail bar, there's a show at 9 and it's 8:45.
And you think, oops.
So what you need to do is head up to, this is deck 6.
No, deck 5.
Deck 5. And you want to sort of...
Queue where we are here.
Yes, because this is open for the retreat theatre guests.
Yeah, they have reserved seating if you're in the retreat, like lots of other sweet cruise line things. But 5 minutes before the show, they open up all those seats that are spare
that are available, which is lovely.
Every time we've seen it, there's been loads on.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you've left it to the last minute and there's no good seating downstairs, or where you'd like to, come upstairs, join the queue, and just wait for that to open.
Yes.
On to the next tip. So next up, Linz, you brought us to a toilet.
Yeah, now this is a weird one because you were like, really? You need to put this in? And I'm like, yes. So if you nip, this is for predominantly for the ladies, if you nip to the loo, there is no obvious stall occupied sign.
Nope.
So what happens? You'll be just sat there minding your own business and then you'll get somebody trying the door, which can be a little disconcerting. So I've figured out a system of what it actually is. So this, where it's like this, point to 12, well, is that 6 o'clock or 12 o'clock? What have you done?
We just locked it from the outside.
But I was going to show you what was open.
Well, that was now closed.
So that looks like a no entry sign in the UK.
It does.
So that means it's locked. That is, I'm open and available.
Okay. And just to be clear, we're in our bedroom.
We're in our bedroom.
We haven't just gone into a random toilet.
No. I said we need to do it, and we need to do it in our bedroom. But they're the same locks.
They're the same everywhere, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah. So just so you're aware, there's no obvious signage. There's no red and green or anything like that. It's up
just
or
have a look at it.
Up or no.
On to the next one.
Yes.
And for our final tip, we're still in our bedroom.
Well, yeah, this is a final tip because normally we do this at the end of the night when we get into bed.
Yeah.
Because we're quite nerdy and we like our stories. And we've got the premium internet package and we found that we can stream.
We can. Now, the reason that we're showing you this isn't just that you can stream, but what you will see on the screen here, it says streaming supported for Google Chromecast. Now, I don't have a Google phone.
No.
We have an Apple phone.
Yes.
So we're like, oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah.
However, as you will see here, and I'll just overlay some little pictures of it, you can use your Apple phone exactly the same. So it streams perfectly. We've streamed Disney, Netflix, Paramount, YouTube.
Yes.
Everything we've tried to stream has worked perfectly.
So I know people say, oh, why do you watch TV when you're on holiday or on a cruise?
But to be fair, this is like 11, 12 o'clock at night, and you just put it on for half an hour.
Like it to wind down and watch your stories.
And it's dead simple to do. It tells you how to do it. You just go to tv.celebrity.com on your browser on your phone or your device, your laptop, whatever you're using. Put in a code that's there under step 2. The screen will change, as you will see, and away you go.
Yeah. Enjoy.
It is. And that's your final tip for this particular cruise.
Wow. Well, if I think of any more, I'll stick them in somewhere.
We'll put them into another video.
We'll mention it in when we do.
Yeah, because we've still got another week left yet.
We do.
So we may come up with more.
Thank you for watching. Cheers, darling.
Cheers, Linz.
Have a drink and have a lovely day.
Well, we've got to get a cocktail.
Yeah, I need to get ready.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our review of all the included food on board Celebrity Apex. We'll be taking a look at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and everything else in between. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said, Linz, today we're looking at all of the food that's included in the fare when you go on Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
We're going to be looking at the main dining rooms, the buffet, Eden Cafe, Mass Grill, and more.
Yes.
I'm going to be looking at it from a breakfast point of view, lunch point of view, and dinner.
Ooh.
But we're going to start off with breakfast. Which seems a logical place to start.
Okay, thanks, Julie Andrews.
You're very welcome. We're going to start off in the main dining room. Now, there are 4 main dining rooms on Celebrity Apex, but only Cosmopolitan is open for both lunch and breakfast. The other 3 are not.
Yeah.
It's a very traditional main dining room.
Yeah. No black pudding.
There wasn't any black pudding. I mean, it's obviously Celebrity is an American company, part of the Royal Caribbean Group.
Yeah.
And as such, doesn't have a full English breakfast as such, like you might get on, for instance, P&O.
I wonder if they'll do it when they come over to Southampton.
Maybe. I didn't miss it.
You didn't miss it?
No.
Oh, because you were healthy.
No. Don't be fooled by the fruit that's in front of us right now. That changes in a second. Don't be fooled by the fruit. I might get it on a T-shirt. No, the stuff that you got in there, you had all the continental bits and pieces that you would expect to get, but then a range of sort of made-to-order cooked food.
Yes, Eggs Benedict.
And the Eggs Benedict were cooked perfectly.
This is my attempt at beans on toast.
Well, it's also got bacon, eggs and hash brown with it.
Yeah, I was trying to make beans on toast. How's your eggs?
Perfect.
Okay.
Look at that runniness. I don't get a Linzi spurt, but that's because I didn't put on the pressure that you do when you attack it with a sledgehammer.
I don't do that. What's this we're having now?
Some fajita.
Oh, fajita?
Frittata. Yeah, not a fajita. Frittata.
And this is my French omelette.
It is. The service really good in here. It wasn't ever that busy.
No.
Therefore, it wasn't really rushed either.
No.
So you could just go in, get what you fancied, and go from there.
However,
Ocean View Cafe
Yes.
is the exact opposite of that. So that's the buffet on board. It is a large buffet for the size of the ship.
Yeah, but it's good.
It's great. It's probably one of the best buffets that we've ever been to on a cruise ship.
A traditional buffet where you go serve yourself and they have food options.
Yeah, buffet.
Yes.
The amount of choice that you have in there, in each of the different settings, lunch and dinner included, is just phenomenal. You've got lots of traditional stuff. You've got gluten-free areas as well. But you have stuff that's just on special for that day.
Yes.
And if you miss it that day, it's not there again.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. It has a bakery in there as well. Yogurt and muesli station. This bakery bit that I was just talking about a second ago, each day had some special bread. So that was a Kringle bread, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I like the banana bread better.
When they have that fresh there.
Oh, my God.
You could pick the banana bread up in Cafe Al Baccio. They've done there quite a few times.
But it was warm.
But it was really nice. You have to accept that it's a buffet and therefore it's going to be a little bit busier. But if you get sort of decent weather, you can go sit out back and it's quiet.
Yeah.
Eden Cafe. What's behind the curtain, Linz?
Oh.
Well, in the morning, cinnamon buns.
Yes.
They make them special there. And they're really tasty.
Yeah, what they do, they had banana bread too.
They do have banana bread as well.
I love banana bread.
Nut bread there.
Now, those weren't frosted enough for me.
Did you want a little bit more on them?
I wanted them crunchier on the outside, gooier on the inside, and more frosting.
You see, I enjoyed them. I thought they were good cinnamon. They were warm.
I guess I'm a fussy froster.
You are. The steak and cheese bagels were very popular. You place an order for them. They give you a little receiver to go walk away with. It buzzes when it's ready. You go back and collect it.
A pager.
A pager. Or receiver. Room service. I put that on here because if you have just the continental breakfast, including the fruit and muffins and sort of Danish pastries, it's included.
We made a mistake though. We doubled up on the milk.
We did, because we didn't think you'd get any, so we ended up with 2 lots of milk.
I think we ended up with 3 lots of milk.
Did we?
Yeah.
I know it went in first.
There was a lot of milk.
Cafe Al Baccio is perfect if you're going on an excursion.
Yes.
The coffees are not included.
However,
so if you want a coffee, you do need to go up to the buffet. But all of the sort of Danishes, the croissants, they have a Danish of the day and a cake of the day later on in the evening. You can just grab them, including your banana bread.
Yes, and they do cups to go.
They do, but you have to pay for them.
Mm-hmm.
The Spa Cafe.
Yes.
This is up near the solarium.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the solarium.
We did. We had breakfast here a couple of times because we had those lovely sun loungers and breakfast was open because it was that early.
It's all healthier stuff that's in here. The juices are not included. So if you want a smoothie, you do pay extra for those, unless you're on the drinks packages.
The premium drinks package.
The premium drinks package. But it's another good alternative, and especially if you're on a longer cruise, you probably don't want to eat a stodgy breakfast every single day.
No.
And if you go to the buffet, temptation's too good.
Yeah, the fruit was delicious. Absolutely loved the fruit. That was a peanut butter and banana bagel, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Well, before going to lunch, would you like to invite people to subscribe, Linz?
Oh, of course. Thank you. Yes, thank you. It would be lovely if you could subscribe. And as always, thank you if you already have done.
And of course, you can follow us along on other social media, including our Facebook group. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, then please consider joining our membership. Click the join button and watch the trailer.
We do little nightcaps, which are more traditional vlogs of what we got up to during the day.
Exclusive for members.
And things usually go wrong.
Pretty much always. Lunchtime, we're going to start off at the Mast Grill.
Yes.
Which is open, I think, until about 6 o'clock. Certainly was on our one. So it opens from about 11:30.
Till 1800 hours.
Till 1800 hours. Well done, Sergeant Lindsay. It has hamburgers, turkey burgers, and hot dogs.
Yes.
And so you get the base element to it, and then you go put on the sauces and everything else, and all the condiments and extra cheese if you want extra cheese.
Yes.
And they do really good fries in there.
They do really good fries.
To the degree that you got the fries a few times, took them into the solarium with mayonnaise.
Where you're supposed to be healthy.
You do. You can also, it's right next to the magic carpet on deck 14. So you can grab a burger in there, and if the magic carpet's on that deck that day, go sit on there.
Yeah.
And have lunch on the magic carpet.
Embarkation day, didn't we?
We did, and it's lovely.
Yeah, we felt...
It's a great spot to better do it.
We felt...
And there's you with said fries in the solarium.
I'm very European.
Eden Cafe.
Yes.
As you can see, people line up there before the curtain's drawn back.
Yeah.
They have their signature offering, which are the pork belly sliders, which we did try. You'll
Yeah.
see them in a second. But they also have a daily carving that changes. And over that side there is a salad bar where you get the base salad and then decide what else you want on it.
Yes.
So if you want to turn it into like a Caesar, you can do that. If you want to turn it into something else, you can do that.
Yeah.
The little sliders.
These were Hawaiian sliders.
They were. We weren't blown away with them, mainly because one of them was like pretty much entirely just fat.
I don't think
And
I ate
we didn't
that
go back and get
very-
any more.
No.
But other people did love them.
Chocolate cake.
But the cakes were great.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you got a bit of a sweet tooth. It's very popular for lunch. There's not a lot of seating in there, but you can go seat upstairs or outside on the promenade area.
Yeah.
Cosmopolitan.
This is one of the main dining rooms that serves lunch.
It's the only one that serves lunch.
Yes.
Theoretically, the lunches are smaller portions.
Yeah.
I say that because on the day that we went on this particular one, you said, I'm just going to have a light sandwich for lunchtime, and they served you a doorstop.
Where is the doorstop? This
You'll
satay
get
was lovely.
satay. Again, it tends not to be that busy in here at lunchtime.
No, I think I maybe should have done 2 appetizers / starters than what I did.
Whereas
Because
my little seafood pancake were perfect size.
look at that. Look at that.
Massive. Fortunately, we weren't eating until late this evening when we had that one, so not a problem. But you still had room for a dessert. But it's a very unrushed experience at lunchtime. You have no problem getting a table. You don't have to book, you just turn up and walk in. Whereas the buffet, if you do want to get a table in there, and we're going to come on to that in a second, you do probably want to arrive there about 10 minutes before.
Before it opens officially.
Before it opens. 'Cause
Yeah.
they'll start serving at 12. And as you can see when we're going in there, nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Cut to 10 minutes later, and it's
Very, very
very,
busy.
very busy, and there's hardly any tables. Albeit you can usually get sat at the back if it's nice outside.
Yes. Yeah.
The buffet at lunchtime, like with breakfast, is just a crazy amount of choice.
Loved it.
And everything's just fantastic. You get things like paellas on certain occasions. You have a huge amount of fresh fish and carveries. Your nacho station.
Oh my goodness. The Linzi's Latin nacho station. The black pudding was cold though.
Well, yeah.
But you got your shrimp cocktails.
You have, and they're of a quality, those shrimp cocktails, that you normally get in some of the speciality dining on other ships.
Yeah.
These grilled shrimp there, you weren't limited to just one. If you wanted to take
A plate full.
a plate, and I did see people take 10 or 20 of them, I just took 3. Then you could do.
Yeah.
You're not limited on there. And of course, there is the pizzeria as well at the back, which you're just having a little nibble on there.
Yeah, that's Nassau, isn't it, where you got seagulled?
It is. I got seagulled about 30 seconds after this filming this bit. That's nothing to do with the
My
buffet, though.
nachos, my nachos.
Look at your little nacho plate.
Oh my
So
goodness,
pretty.
they were so good.
But we've give lunchtime 8.5 out of 10.
I think that's chocolate bread and butter pudding there I'm
It
having.
is, which I think you did enjoy it.
I
So
did.
do you agree with 8.5 out of 10?
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I'm sorry, I was in bread and butter pudding.
You went
world.
into...
Yeah, I
you
was
saw the
thinking,
bread and butter pudding and you're like, that's it, I've switched off.
I'm thinking of Sindhu.
Excuse me. Dinner on Apex.
Yes.
You've got all 4 main dining rooms to choose from. Mm-hmm. So it's the only time of the day where all 4 are open. And we're going to start off with Normandy.
Yes.
This is the French-themed restaurant.
We loved it here, didn't we?
Yeah. Each of the restaurants really do have their own ambience and sort of they have their own music.
On decor.
Yeah, they all feel like very different restaurants. It feels much more Virgin-like with how they approach a main dining room than, say, something like P&O or
Yeah, I
Cunard.
guess so. I mean, the colour scheme of Cosmopolitan was very similar to the Wake.
Yeah,
But Normandy, we loved.
we do. You have exclusives that are in there for that day.
And
You have-
cocktails.
yeah, and cocktails that are just for there. They change, not the cocktails, the exclusive change each day. And then you have some standards, but you also have ones that are available in every restaurant.
Yes.
But people will tend to go into these for whatever the specialities are.
Did I swap cocktails there?
You did. You tasted yours, you tasted mine, you took mine.
Oh, that's not very me.
It's very you.
Oh, I loved that.
You baked brie.
Oh my goodness, that was delicious.
Normandy was not the one that we expected to be
No.
our favourite of the main dining
Not
rooms.
at all.
Well, you expected Cyprus to be, didn't you?
Yes.
and it wasn't. We'll come on to that later on. But Normandy were just fantastic.
Oh,
Every
my
dish that we had in
goodness.
there. I do wish we could have gone in there another 2 or 3 times during the cruise. We just didn't get a chance to do so. But even things like the beef Wellington were just cooked absolutely perfectly.
Was this a chic night for beef?
No.
No.
You're just in normal gear. So it's not, a gala night or anything like
No.
that. We just have some great food. And it was a really good curry that you had as
I
well.
really enjoyed that curry.
Which, again, wasn't what I was expecting before I went into Normandy.
No.
We decided beforehand which ones we thought were going to be our favourite restaurants.
As usual.
Wrong. And again, for the desserts, like with the main courses, you have exclusives that you can only get in this restaurant.
Yes.
Now, I think you saw it in one of them where someone asked for something from one of the other restaurants.
And then they brought it to them in a different restaurant.
Yeah. So one that was available in Cosmopolitan or Cyprus or whatever. They
Probably
brought it
Normandy.
through. Probably Normandy. So it appears they do that. We didn't try it ourselves, but we did firsthand see it and hear it.
Yes.
And
So if you've got a favourite dish that you're like, oh, I really fancy that tonight.
and there's nothing on the menu,
Yes.
then ask. They may well bring it over for you. Cosmopolitan, where we'd been going in for breakfast and lunch, so it was the main dining room that we were most familiar with,
Yes.
is more of a global themed menu. So the other ones were all regional,
I guess so, yeah.
whereas this one you get stuff in from all over the world on it.
Yeah.
And as you can see from sort of the starter stuff there,
It's more a la carte traditional restaurant
Yeah.
rather than having a country theme.
yeah, which the other
Or
ones
region.
do have that. Again, you got some really nice stuff that are only available in there, and you've got the cocktails as well.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say to people, as much as we love the buffet on the ship as well, and there's people who sometimes don't go to the main dining rooms, if you're going on Apex, go into them, because some of them are near speciality dining level.
I guess.
Certainly Normandy was.
We love Normandy. That looks nice. What's that?
And that was a cauliflower puree with lobster
and I've got my
bacon,
snails.
which was not the first time you'd had snails.
No.
Nor was this the last time that you had them either.
No.
But you do like them.
Yes.
It was strange because in different restaurants they serve them slightly differently.
Now, I had this risotto here because I was doing an experiment. Because when I had the French onion soup in what's it called?
Le Grand Bistro.
Le Grand Bistro.
That was pretty much the same.
As the one in the main dining room.
Yeah.
However, I thought, oh, if that's the case, surely the risotto here is going to be the same as risotto in Eden.
Was it?
No.
Was this better than Eden?
No.
No. Eden's risotto is worth going to Eden for that risotto.
We will cover that in our speciality dining
We will,
video.
because there will be a specialty dining review coming up very shortly,
Yes.
depending when you're watching this.
That was baked Alaska with Neapolitan ice
Yeah,
cream.
and you enjoyed it.
I did.
Tuscan, which is their Italian themed.
Yeah.
Get lovely decor in there. Not a rush service in this one at all.
No.
And again, specialty cocktails just for this one. So if you've got the drinks package, you really do get to make the use of that.
Yes.
We had the premium drinks package.
Yeah.
So we could try all of them.
Yeah.
And to be fair, we pretty much
We
did.
had a go.
Yeah. I don't think we tried every specialty cocktail in every restaurant, but we had a go.
I wasn't impressed with the bread service.
No, it wasn't that it was bad bread.
No, I'm just
but
not a bread
the bread
bunny.
service wasn't sort of its strongest thing.
No.
Which is strange, because in the buffet,
It was
the baker
great.
up there is amazing.
Yeah. Oh look. Escargot
Linzi
again.
and escargot for another time. I think this was the third time you had it on the
Oh
ship.
my goodness.
But again, you can tell by your face you do like that. My soup was not good.
You didn't enjoy this, did you?
No, it was a seafood bisque, but it was over salted. And my main course,
The
despite
fish.
what it looks like there, the fish had been overcooked and was really dry.
Whereas I loved my pasta.
You did. I made a rookie mistake. So I don't normally go into an Italian and order pasta, but when I do, I love it.
Yeah.
And I had a taste of yours, and it was delicious. Oh, yeah, I should have got that.
Yeah.
If you're going into somewhere like that, then go with it.
Yeah.
The crust on mine just
It
dried
didn't
it
do
out.
it for you.
No, not at all. Whereas, as you said, you absolutely loved it.
So maybe if you're having one of the regional things in the restaurant, that's what you should be looking. I'd say that though, I had the snails every time and it was great. Just ignore me.
Yeah. Again, some speciality bits and pieces in there. I had the Dulce de Leche ice cream, which was delicious.
I don't know what I'm having. What's that?
Some chocolate with banana thing. People can rewind and have a look what the menu was, and they'll better tell
Try
you
and
what
guess.
you had. But you enjoyed it.
No.
Do you think you should have chosen something else?
That's not my delectable dessert face.
Eh,
Not at all. It was okay.
you ate it.
Yeah, it served a purpose.
It was dessert. As I say, my little ice cream man were great.
Your ghost ice cream.
Yeah. Cyprus was probably the biggest disappointment we had on board.
Oh my goodness.
We'd watched reviews.
We'd watched so many reviews. Travelling gamblers. Everybody just
Loads of people who'd been in Cyprus and they'd had that cheese dish that you were so looking forward to.
I can't even remember. Something lackey. I can't remember what it was called. I was looking forward to it. They
didn't have it.
They didn't have it.
And it was probably the worst meal that we had. Now, your French onion soup
Was very, very similar to the French onion soup in, what's it called again?
Grand Bistro.
Grand Bistro, which is a speciality.
I think it was the same because I did
Very,
try them both.
very similar.
It's possible that the Grand Bistro one had more cheese, although looking as you're trying to pull this, that would seem very unlikely.
I had to have a gooey cheese here.
It is the gooeyest of cheese, but that was delicious. And my shrimp starter was nice as well. There was nothing wrong with that.
No.
But my main course,
Your kofta.
the lamb koftas, were so dry.
Yeah.
They were so dry to the degree that when I would try to eat them, they were hard to swallow.
Oh dear.
And
I've
it's
gone
like-
pasta. No, that's not what you want. We built it up in his minds.
Yeah, and it just didn't get to where we are. To the degree we didn't have a dessert in there, we grabbed one at Cafe Albacio later
And
on
had it in
and took
bed.
it to bed. You're taking your spoon up, we've got the TV on, like that. This is what I'm doing up there. In the evening, the Ocean View buffet.
Yes.
Not going to spend a huge amount of time on this because we've already covered it multiple times, but it's awesome.
Love the buffet here.
It does have gluten-free sections. It does have vegetarian and
Yeah,
vegan
yeah.
sections. It has the carvery, which also includes a vegetarian carvery section, and just an incredible array of food that changes every single night.
I loved it here.
Well, I've said before, we're not buffet people, but we were more than happy to eat here whenever we'd not made
Got the
arrangements
opportunity.
elsewhere. And things like the cake in an evening. So you see it at breakfast where it's little snacky ones. You see it at lunch where it's different. And in the evening, it just goes insane. But we've given dinner on Apex overall 8.5 out of 10.
Oh, I think that's a fair score, yes.
And then if we look at it, for all of the food combined, it's consistently of a high standard.
Very high, yes.
Yeah, we had a couple of dishes like this one that missed the mark, and my lamb koftas, which were just awful. But that's out of nearly 40 different meals we had on this cruise.
Oh, good grief.
And I'm picking on 2 dishes. So things like the buffet, I genuinely believe, is the best buffet we've ever been to at sea.
I would go to that buffet now.
I'd be quite happy to go to that buffet now because I'm ravenous. Having watched, I've
All
been
this
editing this
food.
before and now doing the voiceover. I'm ready to go
It
to
was
this buffet
so
right this
good.
time.
It was so good.
And everything was so well cooked. The shrimp cocktails in there, I said earlier, you'd be happy if you got them in a speciality dining. And you could put as much cocktail sauce as you wanted as well.
Wow.
And overall, we gave it 8.5 out of 10.
Well, I totally agree, darling.
And brings us to the end of the review, Lens.
Well, wow. Cheers, darling.
Cheers, Lens.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and today we're taking you on a guided tour of the Celebrity Apex. We're going to look at the bars, restaurants and all our favourite places. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together. And this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
It's ship tour time.
Ooh.
So we're going to start off, not quite at the top of the ship, but pretty much there on deck 15.
Okay,
And in the fitness area.
lovely.
You sound very enthusiastic about the fitness area.
This is my first time seeing it.
So on a 13-night cruise, you didn't quite make it into here, did you?
No, but if I knew there were disco lights, I maybe would have gone.
Well, in real life, there weren't disco lights.
Oh, well.
That was just my camera adjusting to it very quickly. So if you do see the occasional flicker, apologies. It does deal with it pretty well most of the time. It's a pretty massive gym.
It's huge.
Like you say, you've never saw it.
No.
But, we've seen the gyms in most ships. I'm not going to claim that we've used them in most ships. We do the weightlifting with our arms in the bars.
I wondered where you were going with that, but yes, with glasses.
with the glasses and the nibbles.
But if you're doing it and you're loving it, all power to you.
It is. And to be fair, on other stuff within here as well, they've run some great fitness classes as well.
Did they?
Yeah. Again, this is you not looking at what's going on the daily activities before like 10 o'clock.
I think my mind blanks it when I'm looking at the programme.
I think your daily activity prior to 10 o'clock was find place to sit and lie in the solarium, get coffee, lie down.
I use the stairs.
You use the stairs. This is true, you did use the stairs. Well, before we carry on with the tour, would you like to invite the subscribed ones?
I would love for you to subscribe. It would be lovely, and thank you if you already have done.
And you can follow us along on the usual social medias as well as our sweetnature.com. And if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, then consider joining our membership.
You get to see things that we don't show normally.
You do. You are special nightcaps.
Me in the gym.
That's not it, I promise. No, we're not mis-selling the membership. There's no Linzi in a gym. Let's go on a little walk around the spa. Now, I went in the spa, as you can see here, to film this little bit, but there were people in at this point. So what I've done is cut in a little bit from when we first got on the ship.
Oh, and had us tour.
Yeah. So you're going to see Linzi in a second, where she actually went on this ship tour with me.
Oh.
But it was just easier.
Oh, yeah. No, I get it.
Wandering around. But the spa's a very nice area.
It's a very expensive area.
It's very expensive. If you compare it to other ships that we've been on, where do you think it sits price-wise?
The top.
Really?
Is so pricey.
Yeah,
reverse order. The bottom.
Where you are. The area that we're in here now, this is like their sort of thermal suite area with the steam rooms and the saunas and the salt wall rooms and stuff like that. To go in here for a day was $82 per person.
We nearly collapsed when we got to the desk, didn't we? And she told us how much it was. And there's no hydrotherapy pool.
There's not, no. I mean, it is lovely. This
it's lovely.
sauna when we went in here is stunning, because if you're not in the retreat class, there's nowhere on the ship to see out the front.
No.
So in the spa is another area where you can.
Yeah, well, that's very pricey.
$82 a day. I mean, people who watch our videos will know we normally go into the spa and we do a spa review and we talk about it in there. But $164 for the two of us, we just couldn't justify for. We would have stayed in there maybe an hour.
It's not a relaxing amount to charge.
I don't know if that's what they're going with that. I think it's more the treatments that are meant to be relaxing.
No, it's not a relaxing amount.
But this area here...
Oh, solarium.
This bit really is a relaxing area. Now, during the day, it's adults only, and then in the evening it's adults only, but there is family hours, as you can see on there, from 4 till 7.
Now, this is a port day. This is why it's so quiet.
Yeah, it is. On any normal day.
Sea day.
Yeah, this is absolutely packed. And it's packed from... we'd get in there about... On a couple of days, we got in there about 7 o'clock, 7.
On a couple of days, we got in there at 6:15 because they put the hour back.
They did. Well, that was on, I think, one of the final sea days.
Yeah.
And we got in there, and I was like, I'll be the first one up. There'll be no one there at all at this point.
No.
We were wide awake, so we're like, let's just go up. And it was already half full.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. By 7:30, you couldn't get a seat in there.
No.
Now, if people are just putting the towels on and leaving them, we did see them.
We did see that. We did. And then put little passive-aggressive cards on there.
Yeah, so, if you're not going to use these, after an hour, we're going to clear it away and you need to go to guest services to collect your belongings. Which I think is right, because we did see it where people were putting stuff on there and then we wouldn't see them for like 4 hours.
No, but there was like a wrong way to do it and a right way to do it. I am not endorsing this, but what happened is some people just plonked a bag on... without setting the towels up and then left. Whereas one couple, they set out the towels, they got out the books, they made out the books were set to a certain page, and then they went away for a couple of hours.
They were being slightly sneakier about it.
They were professional sun lounger people.
But you shouldn't do that. The idea is that you can leave it there while you go into the buffet or go to the restaurant, get something to eat, come back and still have
We
that.
still did it in turns, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We never really left it sort of alone at any point.
No.
But it is a really nice area to do.
It's
the temperature's
gorgeous.
lovely in there. If it gets a bit too warm, they open the windows.
Yeah, and there seems to be a bit of a filter because you still seem to catch sun.
Yeah, it's the roof, as you probably saw when we were walking through there, is not clear glass.
It's like a plastic kind of inflatable deal.
Yeah, but I was still getting...
You still had some colour, yeah.
Bit of sort of suntan from it.
Yeah.
The main pool is absolutely stunning.
But cold.
It wasn't heated at all on our cruise. Now, apparently it can be heated. The staff did tell us that.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, on our transatlantic cruise in November, they decided that wasn't appropriate. So it were pretty chilly. All of the pools use a saltwater mix.
Which they
so there's no chlorine, but it doesn't taste like salt water.
No.
So really nice swimming. That main pool's lovely to swim in. Did you ever swim in it?
I put my foot in it.
Oh, you just paddled it?
I just paddled, yes.
Yeah, I had to swim in it a couple of times. It's really nice to go in there.
Yeah.
And you've got the bar down there as well. The service, well, this doesn't apply just to the main pool. The service around the whole ship for drinks and such were fantastic.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what time they started serving. Was it about 10:30, 11 in the
They would see the bar service.
Yeah, because I'm sure I had a Bucks Fizz a couple of mornings.
Or a mimosa.
Oh, sorry, a mimosa.
Yeah. About 10:30ish.
I'd have one in my hand.
You would. But in the solarium and the pool area, it comes from this bar that's at the side of me here.
Yeah.
Now, in front, and we're going to sort of come through here in a minute.
Yeah.
You could see the cabanas, and we'll talk about that a little bit more.
When we go past them, yeah.
When we get there, because I'm just going to go sort of upper deck first. Now, the previous one that we were on at the other side that were like this, that's a dead end. It doesn't go anywhere. But it overlooks the pool and the solarium. Yeah. But it were a really quiet place to hang out.
Well, there's still people in there early doors, though, I noticed.
Yeah. This side, where I'm going up now, below us, that's the smoking area.
Yes, it is, yeah.
So, again, tends to be quite popular in phases.
Yes.
But it's not busy all the way through. But if you're not a smoker, it's probably not somewhere you're going to go sit and hang out for the day. Now, we're up on the top deck here, and when you are in port, and it's like this, it's lovely. Mm-hmm. When you're out at sea, it's quite windy.
I had a bit of an incident with my little
dress. It blew right up, didn't it?
Yes.
That's the retreat that you can see there. That's for us. That's a case of look at what you could have won.
Yeah.
We did put a bid in, but the ship was sold out.
Yeah.
It's a gorgeous area.
This is the area. This is what created a kind of wind tunnel, and yeah.
Now, you'll notice that I would turn and reverse there at that point.
Oh, because of the walk and run arrows.
Yeah. So I thought it's probably not a great idea to walk with my camera against the walkers.
You would have been not popular.
No, I would have been glared at. Albeit there weren't many at this particular point here.
Yeah.
The amount of people that were walking and running in the morning were amazing, wasn't it?
Very good, you. Well done.
We'd get up there and we'd in Salami, you could look up. And there were dozens and dozens every morning during the laps. And it's quite a unique running track in that it goes up and down.
Yeah.
Well, you can see slightly at the other side.
I did the stairs.
You walked on the running track. We did do a circuit of the running track.
We did a circuit, yeah. Yeah, we did a circuit.
Yeah. Now, apparently to do a mile, I think it's about 4 circuits, but we did a walk round it to see what it was like.
Yeah.
But it's probably the best running walking track that I've ever seen on a ship.
It's lovely, really is.
The positive thing about it is you can do a bar crawl on it now. Because it takes you right round towards the sunset bar.
Does it?
Yeah, because it cuts back in.
Oh, yeah, it does, yeah.
Near the rooftop grill.
Yes.
At the far side, and we'll see that very, very shortly.
We should make that a thing next time we do this.
Well, you don't have to do that many bars because it only goes past a couple. But it's a nicer way to do a walk around the ship.
I guess maybe we do the mile and stop off and have a drink.
Well, next time we go on an Edge class ship, we should do a mimosa walk.
Okay, that sounds lovely.
We get to the back, grab a mimosa, and then carry on walking.
That sounds really nice.
We should have thought about that when we were on the ship a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You can also see below to the right-hand side here, there's another sort of private deck area. And I came past this a couple of times and never saw anyone sat in it.
Really?
No, not once. There were areas where we said, we didn't really see people using it much. This was an area I never saw.
Wow.
Now, again, we were on a transatlantic crossing in November. But we did have certainly the days in Spain.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
Where it was sort of 25, 26 degrees. Yeah. The Caribbean, when we got to Nassau, were nearly 30.
Bahamas, yes, yeah.
So, there were nice days. But again, if you want a quiet place to hang out.
Maybe check out this area.
Yeah, but there is a lot of quiet areas.
Yeah.
On the left-hand side now, we've got the rooftop garden grill. Which... I mean, you're saying that because on our particular cruise, it never opened.
It never opened, but it let us book it.
It did. We had pre-booked it. We did get a refund.
We did get a refund, yeah. But it was...
But it was disappointing because we were looking forward to sort of eating in there. Cause from when I very first saw the Edge class ships, before Edge was even released, the rooftop terrace that we looked at here, we were just like, that looks amazing. Because it was showing musicians playing up there. And we were like, that looks an amazing place to hang out. And we never really got a chance to...
We had a drink up there.
Oh, no, we had a couple of seats up there.
But the benches are not the most comfortable.
No, not for hanging out for a long period of time.
No.
In the restaurant, it's fine.
Yeah.
But sitting on these ones, you probably don't want to sit on them for, hours.
Yeah, come up and get one of the sofas.
But the sofa ones here... During the day up here, they held lots of competitions.
Yes.
So I think they had it ready for pickleball. Yeah. Which has become incredibly popular all of a sudden, pickleball. I don't know when that happened.
No.
But all of a sudden, last couple of cruises that we've been on, it's
a
pickleball tournament. They also put movies up here as well.
Yes.
I know on one of the days we were on here, they had Top Gun Maverick and Mission Impossible.
Yeah, they love Tom Cruise.
They did. It was Tom Cruise Day up there. But very popular area to come and sit out and chill, because you can see the movie from pretty much any of the seating that's in there.
Yes.
But you can see it looks a gorgeous area. It's just we didn't really get a chance to use it as much. Hopefully when we next go on an Edge class ship, we will get a chance. I don't know why they decided to close the grill for our cruise, because the cruise before, it was open.
It was, yes.
We've seen people who put reviews up on YouTube of that cruise immediately before ours.
Yeah.
So we can only assume that they just decided it wasn't going to be busy enough on the transatlantic and close it
maybe a bit windy, because it did get quite windy sometimes.
You can see that we're still on the running track here.
Yes.
So again, when you look at normal running tracks, right at the top of the deck, there's nothing to look at. Whereas on here, it's taking you past loads of nice areas to have a look at, have a little nosy. This is a sunset bar.
Yes.
We liked it here.
We did. We were in here. We came here. I'm just trying to think what was... when we were in Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And because of how Gibraltar's laid out and the airport, we were basically sat in the Sunset Lounge, and then a plane came in and was the same level.
We were right outside us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
But it's a lovely place to go hang out.
Yes.
Very, very popular. I mean, even when we're in a port here, you've seen how quiet the other areas are as we've been walking past. There's still people hanging out here, and it's partly in the shade at this point.
Yeah, I did notice that they sort of roped it off, and then opened it up at whatever time it was, and then people were waiting all ready to go in as the rope dropped.
Oh, I never noticed that.
I did.
It had an actual rope drop on it.
It had a rope drop.
Wow. I mean, I saw the rope drop for the Eden Cafe.
Oh, the curtain pull.
The curtain pull. And the people queuing for it, and it were about 5 minutes late opening when we were there that day. And people were, why is it not opening?
And then they cheered.
Yeah, a massive cheer for when the curtain gets drawn back. We'll get down to Eden eventually, and I'll sort of show you in there as well. And as I say, we're coming back round the opposite side and back towards the pool and the buffet in a second.
Now, I really, really like this area, but
Why?
it just seemed. It was quite a social area. There was lots going on. We saw some pickleballing. We had a lovely drink.
Oh, you're on about the whole... I thought you meant this bit of deck that
you
we're
mean,
walking on.
Oh, yeah, this particular bit of deck.
You mean the rear... I'm like, why? What's triggered about this bit of deck? Oh, it's got some nice pictures. Yeah, that back third of the ship with the sort of the garden and the sunset one was very popular whenever the weather was nice.
Yes.
And you can see why.
Yeah.
It's a lovely area. Mm-hmm. But this particular part of the deck, less special.
If you well,
I mean, again, I don't ever recall seeing anyone ever laid out here. It's pretty much in the shade a lot of the time. And just to be absolutely clear, when we were going across, the captain had announced that this broke a record for an edge class ship doing a transatlantic.
Yes, for the amount
because it was over 100% capacity.
Yes,
because they had some rooms with more than 2 guests in, which is how they work out the capacity levels.
Yeah.
So I think we had 2,900 and something passengers.
I can't remember.
Against 2,800 capacity, or some figure like that.
Yeah.
But either way, very, very full. But there weren't really any times where you saw the upper deck areas, apart from the solarium, where you could never get a seat somewhere.
Yes, if there was... yes.
You saw lots of people, including us here, posing for the picture with that, 'cause it's a brilliant Instagram spot there.
Yeah.
I saw the one on the new Celebrity Ascent the other day.
Is it a squid?
It's like a squiddy octopus one. I'm like, that's not as nice for posing with. Plus, it had really long legs and the body were up in the air.
Maybe you could do like a pole dancing position of it.
On the squid. I guarantee that will now be a thing. Yeah, so if you go on Celebrity Ascent, put your pictures in of you pole dancing with the giant octopusy squid.
Oh dear.
The cabanas. Now, before we went on, as Brits, we went, who on earth would pay the amount of money that they charge for these?
It would seem quite a few people.
Yeah, because you literally can walk through it. They're not private. People can sit right behind you. We can walk through here, so people book these, and anyone can still walk through it. And I'm like, I still don't get it, having been on it.
No.
The lovely areas and the seating is very comfortable. I did sit in it to just try it. Not for any length of time. Just parked my bum and got off.
Yeah.
But on loads of the days, including colder sea days, it were full, wasn't it? We were like, what the...
They provided blankets. They provided champagne. I never saw anything super fancy nibbles-wise. I just saw fruit plates and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was amazed the amount of people that got those.
It was sold out more often than not.
I'm not sure how it will do when it comes to the UK.
Whether sort of Brits will pay...
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe if it's a special occasion or something.
Maybe it's the Yorkshire part of us that when we're not doing that. Magic carpet's brilliant. Yes, it does have that dinner on the magic carpet, often only once on a cruise, and we couldn't do it when we were on because we were on an excursion at the point. And
that excursion we won't talk about here. That will be for our members. But...
that was not a good excursion. But it is open on this deck, and you'll see in a second right next to Mass Grill, whenever the weather allows it, which was most of the time on our cruise. There was only one day when they closed it off, and the weather was particularly rough that day. So you can go into the Mass Grill here, grab a burger, grab a hot dog, some chips, whatever you fancy, and then go have dinner, go have your lunch on the Mass Grill.
On the magic carpet.
The magic carpet,
yeah.
And it's a lovely place to go hang out. The bar's great in there.
It was great for pulling into Nassau. It was lovely.
That was lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we were parking there, and we were coming right at the side of Symphony of the Seas, Royal Caribbeans. And it was lovely to do that. And then the bigger ships were coming out as well. We saw some really fancy yachts.
Yeah.
But it's a lovely area to just go chill out. I get why. And it is a lot bigger than it looks on here on pictures.
It doesn't do it justice, no.
I know that people have said that to us before.
Yeah.
But even still, I'm like, oh, that's really, really big.
Yeah.
That's a gents. We're coming into the Ocean View Cafe.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about the sinks?
With the sinks or just in general?
You can just talk about Jay. You can talk about the sinks if you want to talk about the sinks.
Now...
There's places to wash your hands.
And there's Purell.
Yeah.
And there's an ice cream parlour.
There is. Now, during the day, when it's ice cream, there's no charge for that.
Well, there was a special ice cream that you could get charged for.
And then there was free ice cream.
And then there was free ice creams. But yeah, we had that once. We didn't really hammer that, did we?
No, but it was nice when we had it.
Then we've got this little offshoot of Cafe Al Baccio.
Yeah, if you want to grab a coffee first thing in the morning, this is open from breakfast time. The staff are so lovely.
They are.
Cafe Al Baccio is incredibly popular. Mm-hmm. You'll see when we get down there, even when we import, there's people there. Mm-hmm. And first thing in the morning, people are getting the coffee fix and a croissant or something else. This one up here is quiet.
It is quieter.
So come up there. The coffee's exactly the same.
Yes.
And grab it there. What did you think about the buffet?
I think, and you can disagree, I think it's the best buffet choice for any cruise ship we've been on recently.
Yeah, I'd probably agree. I would say that it's probably the best traditional buffet that we've ever been on a cruise ship on.
It was phenomenal.
The quality of the food that's in there, as you will have seen if you watched our videos, we'll normally go into a buffet once or twice if we're in a bit of a rush or we're going out on an excursion, but normally we'll eat in the restaurants.
And just go here once for dinner.
Yeah, just so we can say we did it.
Yeah.
We went in here for breakfast and lunch and dinner on multiple occasions on the 13 nights.
Well, I think they're actually, if you look at my nacho station here, I think the Linzi's Latin favourites is what it's going to be renamed.
I think it is. You've got your little stamp on it, making your sort of dirty nachos.
Dirty
fries.
Dirty nachos, dirty fries. And I made them all look pretty. And oh, goodness, they were so good. The cheese sauce, oh my goodness.
Everything around it was really great quality. You've got sandwiches pre-made there, but they'd also make you one up as well.
They'd do it. I've just thought what we didn't do. They did like a roast beef sandwich off the carry. Yeah. You could have put some of that cheese sauce on it and made like a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
We need to go back on again. Oh. But you'll see from what they've got on there, it's like beef loin, they've got roasted duck. Every day it changed. They had a roasted vegetable station.
What about the king prawns?
Oh, well, they had a grilled... Oh. Each day they have like one or two real specials on. And you'll see down at the far end as to where they are. But on more than one occasion, they had the massive grilled prawns, which sometimes they were garlic, sometimes they were normal. They had paellas. And you could literally take as many as you wanted.
Well, people did.
Yeah. The first time that they had the grilled prawns out, we were seeing people take like 20 or 30 of them. And it's like, okay. The next time we went, they were handing them out.
Yeah.
To try and calm people down a bit. And then time after that, they were open again.
Beef Guinness pie, I never saw you.
They did. Spelt wrong.
Was it spelt wrong?
Yeah, it's spelt Guinness wrong.
Oh.
But we'll let them off.
Okay.
At the back of the ship, one, there's the place where we say this is where you need to go eat.
Yes.
You've covered that on your practical ship tour.
Yes.
And if you've not seen Linzi's practical tips, go look at that because there's some great ones for the buffet. But it's also where the pizzeria is.
Oh, the pizza was good as well. It wasn't MSC.
And I wouldn't even say it was Princess.
But it was good. It served a purpose pizza.
I would put it as fourth because I'd also put Virgin's pizza above this as well.
Oh. But it was a good pizza.
So in summary, it's maybe the fourth or fifth best pizza that Linzi's had.
I tell you what they had that was really good.
What?
Blue cheese sauce.
They did have great blue cheese sauce.
Oh, blue cheese sauce over a beetroot and lovely salad with a couple of slices of pizza. They had calzone.
They did. They had specials on at that end piece there each day, which sometimes it'd be calzone, other times it'd be just a really fancy pizza.
Yeah.
But lovely. This is the area at the back that you cover on your
ship tips.
And it's also the area where the seagull got me when we were in Nassau.
Yeah.
Stupid pigeon. I think I was sat
with
that
gentleman. It wasn't a pigeon.
No, it was a seagull, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't like pigeons either. But that was a seagull that got me on that particular one. When you're at sea, not a problem. But the overall...
I like sitting out there.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've got the sort of areas where you can go get yourself a drink, coffee, etc. So if you haven't got a drinks package, the buffet is somewhere you can always get a drink 24/7.
And even though if you decide to head to the back, there is a station, as you can see, a drink station here. So you don't have to go then all the way back through the buffet to get a drink. So don't worry about that.
No, there's also a station like that at the Mast Grill.
Yes.
You've got them multiple places throughout the
ship.
So it's not a problem at all being able to get something.
I wasn't a fan of those cordials.
I quite liked them. I liked the fruit punch.
They came out the way they went in.
We'll skip on rapidly from that one. We're down on to deck 5 now, and as you can see on this particular day, that was a gangway deck.
Yeah.
The getting on and off the ship. Occasionally, we use the destination.
What's it called?
Destination gateway, which is a very fancy way of getting off.
So fancy.
It's also where if the tendering, you go out that way as well.
We didn't get to do that, did we?
Every time we docked up. I would have liked to have tried it as a tender from there.
Yeah.
Normally I'd say I'd just rather just get off a ship because it's easier.
But the little boats are really fancy as well. They have cushions and everything.
Leather seats. Well fancy. Fine Cut Steakhouse. This also opened for lunch on occasion, and on one day that we went there, it had its special burger menu.
Yes, it did.
Which I don't remember seeing it in the daily guide about it, but one of the sort of
little podiums in the buffet was
telling us one.
Yeah.
They're saying, "Oh, are you aware that we've got this coming up?" I'm like, no, and they were great burgers as well.
They were great burgers.
But we'll get into a lot more on
the food
on our full dining guide shortly. Which, depending when you watch this, it might be already up.
Lucky you.
As of right now, at the time of recording, it's not because I'm not with it. But it could be, depending when you're watching this. Raw on 5 at the other side is their sushi restaurant.
We loved Raw on 5.
We did. It was the very first restaurant we went to. 'Cause on the first night, we were going into Cosmopolitan.
That's where we were booked into.
Yeah, and we walked down there.
And then we queued.
And it was a massive queue. It was the only time where it was a big queue for the main dining room. So you got 4 main dining rooms: Cosmopolitan, Cyprus, Tuscan, and
Normandy.
Thank you. We went down there, and we've said in the past, try and avoid main dining room on the first night if you can, anyway, because it's often chaos. And then we ignored our own advice. Got in the queue and then went, no, let's take our own advice, and we went up here.
I think how it went was we were queuing for quite a while, and then I turned around.
And it wasn't really moving, right?
No, and I turned around to you and I said, shall we go to Raw on 5? And you said, let's go to Raw on 5.
We literally just turned around. Out of the queue. That was the end of the discussion, wasn't it? But they have some lovely cocktails in here. As fans of cocktails,
yes,
a shout has to go out to the Celebrity, because every restaurant, including the main dining rooms, had unique cocktails that you could only get in those ones.
Yeah, and we did have a go at them, didn't we?
We did, because we had their premium drinks package. So that gave us up to $17 per drink, which covered everything.
Apart from a couple in Eden.
But you would pay the difference. Which I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I love doing that.
There were a couple of cocktails that we got that were like $20, and you pay $3. It's like, yeah, take my extra $3. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, these ones in the restaurant were all in the normal price.
Yes, bracket. And the sommelier helped us work through it.
Yeah.
And he told us whether we were going to like it or not before we took a sip of it.
We did. And we were trying to get through all of them in that box. There were only 6. We were like, 3 cocktails each, we can maybe do this.
In one sitting.
And we didn't. We got through 2 each in there, because we'd had other drinks as well.
And then we went to the martini bar.
We did, and that's a different story altogether. You were very rough that night, weren't you?
I do not recommend oysters and then working your way through the martini bar menu.
No, we got halfway through the entire martini bar menu that night.
I do not recommend doing that. That is not on my tips.
The club that we just went past there, we'll come back to in a second.
Okay.
But that's a really great place for activities and entertainment as well. The theatre is amazing.
Yes.
You know, we will cover this in our full cruise review. Because unlike a lot of ships, they actually encouraged you to film
and take pictures
it. And share it and put it on social media. Because normally you get on and they go, absolutely no recording, this is our intellectual property, not allowed to do it. They were like, record away, have fun.
But only snippets, you know.
You want, really meant to record the entire thing and put it up, but I don't think they would have really objected to a lot of people.
I would just snippets, to show it.
But it meant that we could show people in our videos what's on. But it has that sort of semi-round one. It's not a full round, so you can't get to the back of it. But the screen, which you didn't really get from there because they were showing a movie at that time, it gets used for different things during the days. visually, when you're looking at it in the events, is absolutely amazing.
It is. And Captain Nicholas came down to see everything.
He did. I mean, literally every single show, the 7 o'clock and the 9 o'clock, he came down to support all the live entertainment, and I've never seen that before on a cruise ship.
Never. And I also loved Captain Nicholas's weather updates as well.
His daily updates.
That he did. Well, it wasn't so much daily. It was sort of like every couple of days.
When it was needed.
Once he decided which way we're going, because there was
he had a plan B for everything.
He did, because the weather, it's transatlantic. But he was great.
They were fantastic, weren't they?
Yeah. We were like, okay, Captain Nicholas is taking care of us. He's avoiding the weather, and
I think it's a little bit of a celebrity edge class thing with the captains, because you've also got Captain Kate,
yes,
who's on Beyond.
I think she is, yes, yeah,
and she's a celebrity in her own.
Yes,
right.
And her cat.
And I think that they try and get them involved a lot more with what's going on the ship.
Yes,
as opposed to being this little bit more aloof.
Yes,
and it's lovely.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see them. I'm assuming that it's the same on Edge and Ascent, but I don't know because I haven't been on them and I don't know the captains. But it was really nice to see that. We're in the club here.
Oh.
This is upstairs. We're going to come back downstairs in a second when we get onto the deck below, because it's 2 floors.
Yeah.
But in here, they run a huge amount of things like the trivia.
Yeah.
They've got a really wide range of trivia, some traditional pen and paper, some using apps.
Yeah, I would say if you're going for an early morning trivia, take a drink with you, because there's no bar service for the 10:15.
Yeah, just grab a coffee at Cafe
early doors, or a mimosa, for the early doors trivia.
But that room in there, we did things like archery in there. There were
You did archery.
You did archery.
I did.
We got to the final of the archery between the two of us. It was a team thing. And then you shot yourself in the foot, quite literally. But it was a rubber end, so it was okay. You survived it. But yeah, we did well on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely great venue for it.
Yes.
We always sat downstairs, I think, apart from on one occasion where it was just too busy because we got there late.
Okay, so now when you go through here,
it plays a sound.
It plays noise. We called it the ear canal.
I don't think that's necessarily what they were going with a design perspective.
No, but when you go through, I would wait for it to clear before you go through, and then do something like this, go, ooh, and it resonates back at you then.
It does, yeah.
It just makes it a little bit more immersive, rather than just walking straight through it.
I have to say, because I've seen what it looks like on Beyond, and I've seen what it looks like on some of the other ships as well. It didn't blow me away as much, that.
No, we called it the ear canal.
We did call it the ear canal. But it's a good Instagram bit as well. There's loads of places around the ship for getting some fantastic pictures.
No. Wave your arms about and go, woo, when you go through it, and you'll experience it more.
You missed putting that on your top tips for being on there.
I'm telling you now.
Yeah, so this is a Linzi tour, top tips. Blue is the restaurant that you can dine in if you are staying in Aqua Class.
Yes.
You have access to all of the other main dining rooms.
Mm-hmm. Apart from the retreat.
Apart from Luminaire for the retreat. But Blue constantly gets rated as the best one on the ship.
I'm looking forward to trying Blue.
Yeah, we're on Aqua Class when we go on Celebrity Eclipse.
Yes.
So it's not an Edge Class one.
No.
But we're also on another Edge Class one in the future, but again, we're not on it.
No.
Aqua Class on there either, so I don't know why I bothered mentioning that.
No.
Mont Blanc, little shop as you walk past it.
The pen shop.
That's changed massively for Ascent.
What was it? Oh, Beyond. Was it Menkind or something?
Something like that. And
like
there's a little chocolate shop opposite.
Yeah, Mont Blanc is pricey.
It was also interesting because we were watching a tour of Ascent, which is, at the time we record this, it's on its maiden right now.
It was Zach Travelling Man, who I've used a lot when I've been researching Apex before we went on.
We were watching his Ascent one because it was really interesting to see that put the World Class bar back on there.
Yay!
We were gutted that the World Class cocktail bar wasn't on this because even though we'd done his research, it hadn't sort of dawned on either of us that there wasn't a World Class bar.
There wasn't one, no, but it's back. And we love it. And we love working through the menu.
We do love that. So hopefully next Edge Class ship will be back to a World Class bar.
Yay.
This little area outside here is the smoking area outside Eden.
Yes, but there is a roof above it for the staterooms above.
If you're in the staterooms above and there's some of the deluxe Porthole ones above this, like we were at the other side, ain't people a little bit concerned that the smoke could go up? I don't think it's a huge problem. You can see you've got a solid roof at this end, and it's a canopy there. And we walked through this a couple of times and never. The thing we could smell most on it was cigars.
Now, we don't smoke, but for some reason, the smell of cigars.
We love it.
We love it.
Neither of us have ever smoked, but the smell of a cigar.
I don't know what's wrong with us.
No, maybe we'd need to try a cigar.
I don't think so. They tried to sell us some in Nassau, though.
I'm not utterly convinced that they were legit.
You think that was code? Cigars?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
that was
that's
just
another
the
top tip. Streetwalkers?
Street sellers. They were just walking past going, want to buy a cigar? I was like, no.
This has taken a turn.
Yes, yeah. Eden.
Oh, God.
So, downstairs, Eden's on 3 levels. Mm-hmm. So, you've got the area where we entered there, which is the main bar area. It's also where the Eden Cafe is.
Yes.
Downstairs is the restaurant. Mm-hmm. And then upstairs, another seating area, but it's where a lot of people hang out during the day.
Yeah.
It's a quiet area. Go read a book. Look out over the back.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Eden Cafe is absolutely amazing.
Loved it. We did.
Eden Restaurant.
Eden Restaurant. We sat
somewhere there.
We sat there.
And you've got a show kitchen, so you can watch them preparing it.
Love a show kitchen.
Oh, I do. The food in there was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, the risotto.
Yeah, the risotto were absolutely delicious.
I mean, it was almost so creamy you could use it as a beauty product.
I'm not necessarily sure that they're selling that in the spa at the moment. Maybe that'd have convinced you to get a spa package. The risotto treatment.
You know what? We're giving them ideas now.
We are. We'll see when their next ship comes out. There'll be the risotto treatment in the spa. We want a free one if that's the case. But yeah, absolutely lovely in there.
Yes.
It's not cheap.
No.
But we would honestly highly recommend it.
It feels a real treat, though.
It did. It felt like a proper date night one, didn't it? It
Yeah.
felt like we were going to a really fancy restaurant in London or somewhere else in the UK that, a high-end Michelin star one.
In York or Leeds or something really nice.
Yeah. Upstairs here is where they have the entertainment in an evening.
Yeah.
So you've got space for, obviously, there's a piano there, but you've got a DJ's mixing desk there. Mm-hmm. You've got the Eden performances, which are very Cirque du Soleil style.
Yes.
Often with a theme around a story.
Yeah.
But there's pretty much in an evening always music on in there.
Yes.
No matter what time you go on. It's so fantastic to see so much live music going on around the ship.
Yeah.
Because you could walk for maybe a minute and you'd come into another area where there were live music on.
Yes, you would, yeah.
Which were great for an evening.
We sat here one evening, didn't we, early doors, but...
We didn't sit up here much.
No.
'Cause normally when we got in, we'd sit downstairs because we were there a little bit earlier, or we'd be there a little bit later and there'd be space.
Yeah.
When it's the shows, it's a little bit different.
Well, we saw them stacking the chairs, didn't we, for the show?
Yeah. These are all live plants as well.
Yeah, they're lovely. Lovely.
Which you would expect when...
It's called Eden.
Yeah. It'd be a bit rubbish if it were them sort of in there. There is a lift to get up and down within here as well.
For accessibility, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the area at the back here where you'll find during the day, one, it's very quiet, but two, it's where people just come in and maybe they might be doing a little bit of work in here, but more often than not, you could see that they're just sat there with a good book.
Oh, there was people set up mini casinos with the cards and...
I'm sure that they were not playing for money.
No, I'm sure they weren't, but there was a lot of card tables.
I mean, we saw that throughout the ship.
Yeah, we did.
Including like the martini bar, people had just set up in there and just been
during the day before the with the
not at night.
No.
But during the day, people really sort of utilised it a lot.
Yeah,
and you can see how big the space is in here.
Yeah, it was gorgeous,
incredibly well utilised. And there, someone just chilling in one of the little hanging areas.
Yeah, I liked the swings though. They don't have a lot of swing.
No, I mean, on the intro you could see you.
Yeah.
Where you got to swing back and it immediately locks.
Well, no, it didn't. I hit the wall.
You did hit... No, it wasn't the wall, was it?
Yeah, I hit the wall.
I thought it was just where it were...
No,
wedged.
I went into the wall.
Oh, you don't want to do that. That's appalling. On the right here, that's the curtain.
Oh, the curtain.
I'm going through the curtain now.
Ooh.
As you said I could do. So this is the Eden Cafe.
Yes.
Which is only open for breakfast and
lunch
on sea days.
Yeah, now what's interesting is they don't do hors d'oeuvres from there in an evening.
No.
Which is what I would have liked.
Serve some bits out there when you sat in Eden. You mean like in Commodore or Chartwell on Cunard?
Yes.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they did that.
Yeah. Or the Dockhouse on Virgin.
Yeah. It's a popular area there for the Eden Cafe, but not compared to the buffet.
No.
So whilst you get the queue for the curtain open,
yeah,
a lot of the sandwiches are made to order. So you get there and then they give you a little buzzer and you go sit back down and do that. But there's not a lot of tables in there.
No, there's not. And people sort of pull together tables from chairs from the other areas to sort of spread out a bit, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Going down to where the restaurants are now. Mm-hmm. Well, the first lot of restaurants.
Main dining rooms. Yeah.
So, as I mentioned earlier, 4 main dining rooms on here. You can go to any of them.
Yes.
We were on Anytime Dining.
Uh-huh.
Which, when you got to the restaurants, there were 2 arrows which said traditional dining and anytime.
Yeah.
If you're traditional dining and you were there for that time, you queued up and went straight in.
Yeah.
If you're on the anytime,
you wait.
You queued up on the left.
Yeah.
Apart from the one that we've already mentioned, Cosmopolitan on the first day, I don't think we queued for more than a minute.
I don't think we queued long, no.
We'd get in and be like, do you want a sharing table? Do you want it just for the 2 of you? It's like, yeah, just the 2 of us. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
And we were sat down incredibly quickly.
I think we were, yeah. I'm just trying to think. No, I don't remember queuing for long for anyone, really.
No. And pretty much without sort of... I'm just trying to think as I'm saying that. I think the service on every one of them on every night was great.
Yes.
It was never a rushed affair.
No.
It was like, come in. It's not like, oh, we want you out by 8
o'clock
if you're on any time because next lot are coming in.
No.
And there were times where we'd come out around the next sitting area.
Yes.
And we could see them waiting to come in. But again, wasn't a problem at all.
No, I mean, there was a couple of nights as well where we came out and we decided we would go get a dessert cocktail rather than having a dessert.
Yeah, because we figured that they were available in... which were the venue where we had them?
Out Cafe Albaccio.
Oh, yeah. They had those really nice.
And they'd have the little cakes to go with it as well.
They did. Yeah, so top tip. Yeah, the dessert cocktails in there were delicious.
Oh, they were phenomenal.
Which were your favourite in there?
Oh, we're doing this now?
Yeah, you can do that.
It was the salted caramel one with the cream on top and the salted caramel sauce.
Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, yours was the Reviver.
The Macallan Reviver. Yeah, that one. I want a specific dessert one because you couldn't get that at any point.
No.
But it was delicious.
Yeah.
It wasn't an after dinner drink specifically.
No.
The casino, as you can see at the point that I'm walking through, which is why I can film, it's
closed, yeah.
But it's a massive casino.
And it was very busy.
Yeah, pretty much every evening that we walked past, around sort of 10-ish.
Yes.
Early doors, it was less busy.
Yeah.
But it were absolutely rammed.
It was so busy.
Now, they also on the ship do deal or no deal. They do 2 things where you can buy cards to win.
Tickets.
So they have a traditional bingo,
yeah,
which you'll have seen on hundreds of cruises. And then they have deal or no deal, where you buy the cards at the back of the casino here. So when I sort of turn left in a second, that little desk there right in front, that's where you buy your deal or no deal card. When they open them, the queues are often the full length of the casino.
I didn't see that.
Well, I went to get it.
Yeah.
It's so busy. Because one person gets picked out at random to play on the actual stage.
Cash machine.
Yeah. Actual ATM on a ship.
Yeah.
Very few ships have them.
Yeah.
And it's useful to do because you go, oh, forgot we need to leave a tip.
Yeah.
Back to deal or no deal. Mm-hmm. One person plays the actual show, but everyone else plays on their cards. And we did win.
We did win.
Not a lot. I only won $65, but it cost me less than that to play.
It's not a proper $65, though. It's $65 for the casino.
No, it's not. We just put it in the casino.
Did we really?
Yeah, it gets assigned to your account.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. But we then went into the casino and said, oh, we'll spend a little bit of it. And we doubled it.
Now.
And then we cashed out.
We didn't go when we were dressed up thinking we were...
No, James Bond.
Thinking we were James Bond. We went and we tried to... It wasn't busy and it was a lunchtime and we tried to figure it out.
Yeah. Which we did all right.
Oh, the jewellery shops.
Oh my God, how busy were these?
They were so busy. They had like an event or an auction
Every single night.
or a raffle every night. And there was one necklace that I love.
Well, you'd seen it on another ship.
I saw it
previously.
on Queen Elizabeth straight after everything opened up again.
And I think it was $5,000 on
Yes.
that. We were never going to buy it.
No.
It was just lovely. How much was it on here?
$18,000.
Now, either jewellery's gone up massively
I think it might have done.
18 months since we went on Queen Elizabeth, or their prices are a little bit higher. But they had auctions on here where you can put in like a minimum bid.
We were sat sort of just having a drink, and the lady came. She was sat with her family, and she was most upset that she'd bid $5,200 for a diamond ring and hadn't won it.
Yeah.
I had to have another drink because I was like,
Cafe Al Baccio.
love Cafe Al Baccio.
It is an absolute favourite hangout for anyone who goes on a celebrity cruise.
Which do you prefer, Cafe Al Baccio to sit and people watch, or Martini Bar?
Cafe Al Baccio.
Yeah, even in an evening.
Yeah, you can see more. It's just awesome spot. Especially as soon as I realised that they sold cocktails.
Yeah, we were sold.
I mean, to be fair, one of our sort of members on our Facebook group has been telling us for years that they do great cocktails in there, but we'd kind of forgot about it.
But they did a secret cocktail that we kept forgetting to have. It's called a chocolate igloo.
Yeah.
So when you go on, please try the chocolate igloo and tell us what it's like, because I think I know what it looks like with a bubble thing, but please tell us.
Yeah. We meant to try that.
We did every time, and then I'd go to my salted caramel and you'd go to your McKellen Reviver.
Yeah. We worked through most of them.
We did.
Shore Excursions is open more when you're about to come into port, and when there's no ports for 5 days, it's open less. Future cruise.
Yes, we went here.
We did book one. We will come back to that at some point in the future. And really, really easy to do it.
Yeah.
Again, we booked it on there and then transferred it to our travel agent.
Yes.
In fact, they said, do you want it transferred to them? Because we'd booked the cruise that we're on via them.
Yeah.
So it was very easy to do.
Yes.
So we got all the benefits and still get our travel agent to look after it for us.
Yeah.
Which, fantastic. The shops here, on a very regular basis. Now, I don't know if it's just because it were coming over on a transatlantic and it was the end of one season to another, but genuine clearance sales on. We've been on it where they have like little sort of, I'm going to say tat sales, but I do mean that, where they sign off the stuff that just nobody wants. But they were signing stuff off on there at like 80-90% discount on like,
the hats and
hoodies
and like a windbreaker, like a anorak.
stuff that you never see them putting in
reduced,
the sales.
Yeah, I wonder if cause they're having a bit of a rebrand or something. Cause
I don't know. I don't know if it's that we were sort of at the end of one season
Yeah.
from one side of the Atlantic to the other one. You come
Yeah.
to the Caribbean. I don't know. The area that we were just in there, that's called Connect, and it's one of the meeting rooms. They also put films on during there.
Okay.
During the day, as well as things like the choir practice.
Yeah.
It's hosted in there. They do crafts in there.
Yeah.
So it's quite a big
Deck 4, there's a
area
lot
within
going on, isn't there?
Yeah, deck 5, 4, 3 are your main entertainment decks inside.
Yeah.
And then, obviously,
Deck 14.
14 and 15 are the main ones upstairs. And you can see other side of the meeting place.
Yeah.
To where we're coming in at the Connect. I don't go in here because there is actually something going on within it, so I didn't want to interrupt everyone.
No, that's right.
And then
where
back
are we
to the
going
club.
now? Back to the club.
That area there is when you go into the club, so I was showing it for context as to how to get in.
They also use the club as an excursion meeting point as well as the theatre.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Yeah.
On one of our excursions, we had to come here.
Yes.
On the other,
we were in the
theatre.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Obviously, if they're putting people in here for the excursion ones, it gets busy because it's not as big as the theatre. But we really enjoyed it in the club.
We did really enjoy it. Really enjoy it.
And they do put on a lot of different stuff in there. There was an Eden show in there.
Yeah.
Called Caravan. Mm-hmm. Which really reminded me of Virgin.
Yeah.
And in our full cruise review, when we're looking at the entertainment, there'll be clips of that within there. And it were a really enjoyable performance. it were nice to see them sort of going down that path.
Yeah.
And walking back down towards the sort of main atrium and the Martini Bar.
Yes. They call it the Grand Plaza. That's what they call it, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. The Grand Plaza.
I think you might be right.
I think so.
I just used to refer to, let's say, to Martini Bar.
We do everything in bars.
Well, either Cafe El Baccio or Martini Bar.
Yeah.
It's like from there, you know where to go.
Yeah.
It's actually a very easy ship to navigate.
It is, yes.
You know, you haven't got the complexities of something like Queen Mary 2.
No.
It is designed to better get around very, very easily.
Yes. Yeah.
Far side of here, where we're heading to now, is the Grand Bistro.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, during the daytime...
Those tables there, they were used... They were mini casinos and people reading books and enjoying a coffee.
They were. And during the daytime, it's the Grand Bistro and it's open for lunch.
Check out the specials.
Yeah, 'cause each day, 7 days a week, it has different specials on. And then in the evening, it looks completely different in here because they close it off. It doesn't normally have those blocks at the left-hand side there with the shutters because this is the Le Petit Chef.
Le Petit Chef.
Which they project down onto the tables, and you'll be able to see this in our dining review, of a little chef doing his little animation, and then they bring out the food to match it.
Yeah.
We'll get into that at some point. Some people love it, some people are like, nah. It's that includes the two of us. But it's a nice area.
Yeah, it's nice.
It feels very different in there in the evening.
Yes.
When it's got the shutters on.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's open to everyone.
Yeah.
Craft Social.
Oh, we went in here a couple of times, but mainly to get water.
Yeah, because it was an easy spot to grab some to take back up to the room. But it also does food in there as well.
Yeah.
But you do pay extra for it.
Yes.
But if there was any sort of game on, be it an American sport, European, British sport, this place was rammed.
It was.
And they did put, I mean, you can see cricket on there, but we saw baseball, we saw American football, we saw
soccer, football.
Proper
Yeah.
football. But there was always stuff on in there, wasn't there? You can see, and then back into the casino round that side as well. Mm-hmm. You had your little globe.
I loved this globe.
It was very glitzy. Well, I don't think we ever got your picture with it, did we?
No.
I think we kept saying we should do. Then down to the Martini Bar, which is on 3 mini levels. So you've got the actual Martini Bar level just below us, which is where there's a dance floor.
Yeah.
And I've seen dance floors like this on other cruise ships and they practically never get used. Oh my God, this was used constantly.
People love to dance. And there was some lovely, all sorts of dancing going on.
There were, yeah. There were some phenomenal dancers.
Yeah.
You know, much
the
more
chandelier.
who you linked to being on, like, in the Queen's room.
Yes.
In
Yeah, I totally agree.
Practicing there and didn't go quite to plan. And I give him another chance. And he absolutely nails it.
Does he? Let's have a... Oh, yes. Well done. Wow.
You were happy with his second attempt. The Martini Bar staff were brilliant, weren't they?
They were lovely, so lovely.
There's multiple shows in an evening with the chandelier and the Martini Bar.
And it was open on embarkation as well, when we got on.
Oh, yeah, so where we have our first drink there?
Yes.
And I think our second drink there.
Our second drink.
Yeah, we ended up being there a lot longer than we planned on being. Because we were waiting for the room to open up. And we had about an hour and a half to kill.
We had bags and we were like, oh.
We could hang out here for a bit.
And we'd had a big breakfast.
Yeah, so we did. Guest services. Guest relations.
Yes.
Fine. Only I've had to come down here a couple of times, so a couple of little things. We have to check about the rooftop garden grill as to whether it would be open or not, and they arranged for the refund in there. And we checked when we got on whether there were any payable upgrades
Which there weren't.
for the rooms, and that's where they told us no, it's completely sold out the ship. So I think that were the only 2 times that I went.
Yeah, everything
we were
else.
in and out there in no time. The app that they've got is actually really, really good to the point where I could check everything and not really ever needed to go down there.
No.
Some apps that you get on some cruise lines are not that great.
No.
This one just worked constantly. We
didn't
never had an issue with it.
No, we didn't.
And therefore didn't really need to go to guest services. Nice little walk down to the restaurant. Some more art.
Which restaurants are
So
we
you've
now?
got the other two restaurants at the bottom of here, which is Tuscan
and Normandy. Yes.
Normandy, I think, ended up being our favourite of the four.
I think it might have been, yes, because even when we were in not Tuscan, the other restaurant one evening, they had things brought out of one restaurant and brought into this restaurant.
Not for us.
Not for us,
No,
but
but
for
we
the
did see
table
other
next.
people.
Yeah.
Which I want a way you could do. It
No.
appears that you can do.
Yeah.
You just ask your waiter.
So if you've got a favourite dish that you're like, oh, I would really fancy that, but they don't serve it.
Yeah.
Speak to your waiter.
Yeah. By all accounts, they will bring it down for you.
Yeah.
As I say, we can't say we experienced that personally, but we saw it.
No.
All of the restaurants have got their own sort of unique style in it.
Yeah.
And we thought, oh, it's just like a superficial
Yeah.
sort of gloss. But all four restaurants feel very different.
They do, and they had a lovely, different atmosphere, every restaurant.
They did, yeah. The ambience in each one were very, very different.
Yes.
I say Normandy, I think, was the favourite of our four.
We'll have to, I can't remember. I think you might be right.
And that just felt sort of really elegant.
Normandy, was that the one? I know which dish was the thing. So when we do this
food review, it'll remind you.
Yes.
But it had also won an award for having decent wine.
Oh, nice.
Which
we saw a very pricey wine on the menu, though, didn't we?
There were a bottle of wine for over £100,000.
Dollars,
yeah. But there were lots of them in the sort of $4,000 to $10,000, not just one or two.
Oof.
We didn't buy one of them.
No.
They weren't included on the drinks package, surprisingly.
No.
But as you say, lovely restaurant. The furniture's different in each one, the layouts.
The music, the lighting.
Yeah. They're just really, really lovely. They don't feel like main dining rooms.
No.
It felt much more like Virgin's take on their main dining rooms of everything being open.
But more on a different variance of the wake rather than... there wasn't... Yeah.
No, you didn't get things like the Korean barbecue and stuff like that.
No.
But I was meaning that it didn't feel like a main dining room
totally
as
agree.
such.
No.
You think of P&O or the Britannia on Cunard and so on. It really didn't feel in that.
It felt more
same
intimate.
Way. Yeah, intimate is probably a really good sort of turn of phrase for it. Well done.
Thanks.
We're coming up towards the end of it now.
Oh, goodness.
I know, that's 58 and a half minutes.
Wow.
That's absolutely flown by.
Well...
But it's been lovely to look round the ship again.
Yeah, well, thank you, darling.
You're very welcome.
Thank you for watching. And I hope it helps.
Yeah, and especially with Apex being based out of the UK for a couple of years now, I'm sure a lot of people from the UK are going to get on it. But it's also overseas in the off-season. Well...
Cheers again.
Have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day. Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our tour and initial reactions of our room on board Celebrity Apex in a Deluxe Porthole. Ooh. As always, I'm joined by Marky. Hello, who is recording the video. So yes, Deluxe Porthole. Let's see what we can see.
So, Deluxe Porthole, and...
What does that mean?
Who can say?
Ooh.
Well, we've literally just come in, haven't we?
Yes.
So we got on board the ship about an hour ago.
Yeah.
But we've only just had access to the room. So you're seeing everything here at the same time we are.
Yes.
Let's have a look at the bathroom first.
Oh, light.
With lights even. Perfect.
Oh. Oh. Oh my god.
I don't feel you telling people much by just going, ooh.
It's got a bar.
What, where I can get cocktails?
No, where I can put my foot up to do my legs
bar.
and things.
Do you want to just go into the shower just so we can see height for perspective?
Yes. Oh, it's massive. Look at this.
Oh, so much room there, isn't there?
It won't be as big for you, but it's good.
And no shower curtain.
No shower curtain. No shower curtain. And a little shelf to put my shampoos on and things. Oh, I'm just shuffling. Oh, that's snazzy.
Nice wide sink.
Yes. Oh.
Lovely.
Okay.
Let's go. So initial reaction to the bathroom, very positive.
Okay, so now we're in where the bed is. The bed, the camera's not going to do it justice. It's huge.
Jump on it.
Jump on it.
Jump on it.
Oh, it feels...
Oh, just gently sit on it.
Oh, there's some thread count there. I love
it nice?
that. Yes. Yes. Oh, and then...
Now, as we said, this is a deluxe porthole. Do you want to explain why you wanted this room? Because we didn't go for an infinite veranda on purpose.
On purpose. Should we do it now?
Yeah, let's talk about it before we get outside.
It's got a door.
It has. Now, we're on a transatlantic crossing, and on the infinite verandas, there's a higher probability, or there's a possibility, that the captain can lock them, which they do, especially if the weather's a little bit rougher.
I like a door.
And we wanted to be able to open the door and go on the veranda,
Yes.
even if it's a bit windy.
Yes.
Whereas the infinite veranda gets closed a lot.
Yes. Should we look at... Should we look at the veranda?
No, we'll go out and have a look in a sec. Let's take a look at the wardrobes and everything.
So this is a bigger space. This is great. I can get in.
Yeah, you're not.
It's not
cramming out
Iona.
the side of bed, are you?
We've got some lovely bathrobes. Oh, they feel nice. Oh,
Proper hangers, not on the.
hangers.
Yeah, not on the stupid security things.
Oh, they take forever to hang your things up. We've got a little safe for your phone. We've got some
Yeah,
lovely,
it's a tiny safe. You're not getting any laptop or anything in there.
some lovely
Some
deep
nice drawers.
Yes.
Lovely.
Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Phone.
I'll also just show the room system.
Oh,
Now, you can also do this via the app on your phone.
yes.
Not tried it yet because we've just come in, so I don't know if it works or not.
No.
But you can set the lighting to different things.
Okay.
A movie mode, and it
Okay.
darkens a little bit. It's hard to tell because it's daytime on, but you can
Yes.
tell it's actually lightened it a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, you can alter your temperature
Oh,
up and down as well.
no knobs.
No knobs. Let's have a tour around.
Okay, so we've got the curvy end bed.
Why did you say it's a curvy end bend? For what reason?
Because it's a curvy end. It makes,
Just for getting around it,
It
you're
just-
not going to catch it
it
as
looks
much.
bigger.
You think?
Yeah, it's a curvy end.
Yeah. I just think you don't catch it when it's
No,
more
no.
narrow. Nice big TV right in front of the bed, so you're not going to have to worry about whether it sort of adjusts or not. It doesn't. But there's no TV over this side.
No.
This is another sofa bed,
Yes.
if you wanted it, but obviously it's just you and I. So unless you've been very naughty, you're not going to be sleeping on that one.
But look, they've given us,
What have we got there?
well, it's some towels. I don't know if it's for an animal or for outside. We will
Who can
see.
say?
We will see.
And we've got us bits and pieces. The cards when you check in, because we did all the check-in prior to getting here. So the cards are on the room when you get here.
Yes.
Except for us, that meant it was 2 o'clock today,
Yeah.
which is fine.
Uh-huh.
We've got
A vanity area.
mirror lights button here.
Yeah.
So now the lights are off.
Let's put them back on.
Does that look better there?
No, I need more makeup.
And in here as well, this is where you got all your charging bits and pieces. So there's USB, European and US.
Yes. There's a lot of people talk about the box. So we'll see the practicalities of that.
Well, we'll be doing our review at
Yes.
the end of the cruise in 13 days.
Yeah, what's the adapter like?
Because right now I'm excited about the room.
Yes.
Whether we will be in another 2 weeks
Yeah.
and whether it holds up as well as we thought, we don't know yet.
No. So here I want to talk about this. This is, look, it's a little vanity area that also slides away. So if you need full
just
length.
take the stuff off the top then. And then
You
just show me.
see, you see.
I did know they did that. I'd forgot they did that. So then you've got a full length mirror.
You do, but
You've still got to put your chair there.
Yeah, well you can flip it or put it somewhere else, but I'm going to use that. That will be my vanity area.
And I may or may not do a little bit of editing on that
Yes,
spot.
yeah, and then you can use it as a desk.
And what else have we got? I'm guessing one of these is a fridge.
Yes. Oh, it's got... Oh,
Well, it's a mini bar.
but nothing's included.
move your arm, Pet.
Sorry.
Yeah, we don't get anything included on this. We have got the drinks package.
Yeah.
But I don't believe anything in there is included.
Then we've got some more drawers.
I wonder if the crisps are included.
We like a crisp.
No, the $5.
Oh, blummy number.
$5 crisps. The water's included, I think.
Well, I've drank some, so hopefully.
No, we haven't drank any. That's what we like when we came.
And then look at this. Look at
you trying to open a door.
Look, a door. And then can you... Oh.
Just open it up fully, Pat. It's not the widest balcony.
No, but...
And...
Oh.
I mean, you definitely class it as a sheltered balcony.
We love a sheltered balcony.
But at the same time, you can see through, so it's not like on sort of... QM2 where we had the sheltered balcony and you couldn't see through. Here, we can see through perfectly. Nice outside deck furniture.
Yes.
Little table for putting some cocktails on.
Yes.
We may or may not do our live stream from out here. Depends whether we can sort of cram into this a little bit and get a signal.
And get a signal.
But let me just sort of pan back a little bit just so people can see the sort of porthole bit. Which, when you look at it from outside, it does look like a giant porthole, doesn't it?
It does, and that's the Eden Cafe down there.
Yeah, so you don't look directly out to sea.
No.
We are set back over it a little bit, but at the same time, and then that's Eden at the side of us there. It'll be interesting to see if there's any noise from here in an evening.
Yeah.
As we get on, again, we've no idea. We've just got on it, so we will see.
Yeah.
But initial reactions.
Love the door. Love the door.
Loving the door.
Because you can sit out there when I'm getting ready, and we can have some air, and I love it. We will figure that.
We will. So that's the end of this little quick tour and our thoughts video.
Yes.
And check out our review video when that goes live, which will be for at least a few weeks because we've got to be on the ship yet. And end of another video, Linz.
Well, thank you, darling. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our review of the Eden Speciality restaurant on board Celebrity Apex and whether it was worth $65 per person. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said, Linz, today we're taking a look and review at Apex's best specialty dining. So there's no messing around on here. It is its best specialty dining.
That we feel.
Yeah, in our opinion, obviously. But is it worth $65 per person, which is what we paid because we booked it in advance?
Online.
Online. If you book it on the ship, it's a little bit more expensive.
Oof.
So we're saying what we paid and was it worth it for us?
Yeah.
And I thought I'd just start us off with just a little tour around the restaurant so people can get an idea of scale. Because it's not a huge restaurant.
No, it feels big for some reason.
I think it feels big because it's in the overall Eden space where you've got the park cafe, you've got the bar, it's where they put on the Eden entertainment. So that whole space feels big.
Yes.
But the restaurant, you come down to the lower floor of the 3 floors that it's on.
Yeah.
And as you can see, you've got the show kitchen, but there's not that many tables.
No, I suppose, no, there isn't, no.
And when you look at the quality of the food, which we're going to get onto in a minute, it's easy to see why they don't have hundreds of tables in there.
No.
But before we get onto the dining, would you like to invite people to subscribe?
Oh, it would be lovely if you could please subscribe, and always thank you if you already have done.
And of course, you can follow along on our other social media and visit our website, sweetnatured.com. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, then click the join button, have a look at the trailer on there and see if that's for you.
Thank you.
On to the meal.
Oh.
As you can see, it looks a little bit different when you come down here at night.
Yeah.
It's a lot more romantic, and they dim the lights as the night goes on.
Yes, they do.
Which I'd not remembered properly until I was editing it. And I'm like, why is it suddenly looking darker at the end of my videos? I'm like, oh yeah, I remember they dimmed the lights. So from a menu perspective,
yes,
you've got two real menus. You've got the one where you've got which we're looking at now, the appetizers and the entrees. Desserts is separate. Or you've got a tasting menu.
Oh, this was pricey.
Which you can add the wine pairing on, and I think at the time that we went on, it was $120 to do that. But because we had
the drinks
package and we wanted to try the cocktails anyway,
yeah,
we didn't bother with that. But what our waitress said is, don't worry about the tasting menu.
We can make one for you.
Yeah. So we didn't just pick one starter or one main course. She's like, right, this is good, this is good. She talked us through it, and we're absolutely fantastic, wasn't she? I think she was called Bellin.
Yes, she was. Now, the Velt, I had that.
You did. And I had one called Forbidden.
Oh, yes. Now, these weren't covered by our drinks package.
No. Well, they were, mostly.
But we had to pay the difference.
Mine was $1 more, yours was $3 more, I think. And you just pay the difference.
Yes.
Some lovely bread.
It was okay. It was okay.
It was less. It was lower than Veranda on Cunard, but above others.
Oh, now the amuse bouche.
We were amused by the bouche. It was very tasty.
Yeah.
Obviously, that changes every day. The cocktails are very special in there. They're not like on the rest of the ship. You can't get them anywhere else.
No.
As you see, they come specially presented.
I loved it. I really loved it. The thing is, they are kind of shown that way upstairs in the cocktail bar, but they're not served this way upstairs, but they are down here.
Yeah, which is a bit strange, isn't it? 'Cause
yeah.
We ordered some of the speciality cocktails upstairs, and they came in normal glasses and not as presented, which I'm a bit disappointed at. But down here, you get the full experience.
Oh,
Plus, they make them at their own bar down there. And that was my forbidden one.
Oh, look how cute that is.
I know, it's meant to be an apple. I had a couple of them. It was very, very tasty. And it's well worth paying that little bit extra. They're not cheap cocktails, but
no.
So appetizers, she brought us 3 different appetizers over. We talked them through with her.
Yeah.
We started off with the shrimp in the middle.
For the table, yes.
All of them were for the table. It's like... But she did say if you want more of them, not a problem. You can have as many as you want. So for me, this is the way I do it, not the tasting menu, unless you're a big fan of the wine pairing. But if you're on the drinks package, you can get lots of glasses of wine anywhere.
Yeah.
And save a little bit of money.
Oh, my risotto.
You like this risotto, don't you?
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, God.
Is that the best risotto you've ever
had?
had?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, look at your face. You just
yes.
like that. It's amazing.
Just smother me in it, honestly.
You just kept going back to it. And this crab cake is the best crab cake I've ever had anywhere.
It was like 99% crab.
It was. The crust of it on the outside was not crab. Everything else in it were crab. And all of the starters, you would have had any one of those starters and said it were fantastic.
Oh, the risotto.
But the risotto was a level even higher. We had heard it were good before.
Yes.
But we'd go back to this restaurant just to have the risotto.
I think I'd have a risotto as an appetizer and an
extra risotto as a side of risotto.
Or maybe have like the rib and that on the side and put, yes.
The lobster casserole.
Oh, are we on the main courses
we
now?
are, yeah. We're delicious. The chicken was massive.
Yeah.
We got the lobster one kind of to share.
Yeah.
And I had the chicken, and you had the... it was kind of their take on a beef Wellington, but it was a fillet and then a short rib Wellington. So the short rib was in that sausage roll looking thing.
Do you know what I'd have on that next time?
What? Risotto.
Risotto. I think that with a side of risotto.
Oh my God. But a side portion size.
Maybe.
Everything in this restaurant is absolutely fantastic.
It's delicious.
As you will have gathered, and we didn't beat around the bush at the start, going, is it good, is it not? It's absolutely amazing. And if you're going on Celebrity, any of the Edge class ships, obviously Apex in particular, then you really do need to go in there if you are remotely interested in food.
Yeah, because we like a date night restaurant, but
this is the perfect date night restaurant.
We were too into the food. The food was the thing.
I was into you. To be fair, I was looking more at the show kitchen, if I'm honest. I'm going, look at what we're making now. You can see, because you had your back to it. And I was like,
but I had you to look at, darling, and the risotto. And the
mainly
windows.
the risotto. Because you got a stunning view out the back over the wake.
Yeah.
Your dessert, which was yours was called strawberry dessert.
Mm-hmm.
That was its name. Mine was the lemon tart, which was lovely as well. But that were absolutely delicious. I can't express how good that sort of moussey ice cream was.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It was good. It was good. I mean...
But everything was set up from
the risotto.
That starter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And to be fair, we could have gone back there again. Well, we couldn't because it was full. But I would have gone back there again and we could have had a completely different meal from everything that we had there.
So
there is that bigger menu.
Yeah. That we were kind of done at this point.
We were
now.
pretty full. Also, the tasting menu is 7 courses with 2 courses in each element.
Good grief.
So it's just huge. You can tell the confidence when they give you a survey at the end of it. Yeah, Bellin and Porus.
Yeah.
And it was our best cruise dining experience ever. We have talked about it before. It is absolutely amazing. It is expensive, but in our opinion, it's well worth it.
If you're going to do any of the specialities, that's the one.
And we give it a 10.
Yeah.
You know, there's no beating around the bush by it. I debated in a semi-jokingly way giving it an 11.
Oh.
But then I'm like,
no, you just
the
don't make
score,
a mockery of the system, darling.
which is why I didn't. But it really is a 10 plus restaurant. And it is a perfect date night one. And if you said we're only going to do that one, that's the one.
Yes.
End of another video, Linz.
Oh my goodness. Well, I totally agree, darling. Thank you for watching. Hope we've helped and have a lovely day. Cheers. Most cruise ships have a classic steakhouse, but just how classic was Fine Cut on board Celebrity Apex? Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our review of Fine Cut on board Celebrity Apex. As always, I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
Hello. Who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
Well, as you said in the intro, Linz, today we're taking a look at Fine Cut Steakhouse on Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
And we actually went here twice.
Lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner. Now, lunch isn't on every day.
No.
You just have to check with the maitre d', check with the restaurant as to when they're having it. It's normally on a sea day.
Yeah, the guy in the buffet as well with his little rostrum, he'll be able to tell you.
Yeah, he were sort of pimping it out a little bit, weren't they? He was. You're like, what are you doing this lunchtime? Because at lunchtime, it's essentially a fancy burger place.
Yeah, I would say so, yes.
Well, there's nothing else to eat other than burgers, so that's what I'm going with.
And very fancy because it's $25 a head.
It is, so it's not cheap.
No.
And you have got a choice. You can start off with a couple of salads, as you're going to see on here. You've got a choice of Caesar or Greek, but then it's burgers.
Yes.
And that's it. When I said it's pretty much burgers, it's burgers.
Did I have the black and blue? Sorry.
There is one vegetarian Beyond Burger, and there's a tuna burger.
Okay, I'm just trying to remember what I had.
I think you had the Black and Beyond.
Black and Beyond.
Black and Beyond.
The Back and Beyond.
The Back and Beyond. The black and blue variant. It had blue cheese in it, I remember that. And it were very sloppy.
We digress.
We do. As you can see, it's got gorgeous views when you can see
during
out during the day. It's lovely.
Yes.
Obviously at night you can't really see it, it's dark. But during the day, if you can get a window seat, it's gorgeous. And we didn't really get people walking past us outside either.
No, and it felt cosier, which I like in a steakhouse.
What? In what way?
In that there's normally a booth, and there's normally some leather, and it just always and wood. Normally it just feels.
Oh, you mean it feels like that classic American steakhouse type?
Yes, this doesn't feel that.
No, it doesn't. And some people might not like it as much because of that. You know, if you think about chops or crown grill, like you say, they're that dark wood, leather type interior.
Yes.
And it's really not that at all.
No.
Obviously, during the day,
it's a
when we went, it's different. You'll see it in the evening in a second. You did like that burger.
I did.
And this dessert, that's the second time we had that dessert.
Yeah.
Which is the apple cobbler with cinnamon ice cream.
Oh, it was good, but they only brought us one scoop on this one because we shared.
We did. We'll come back sort of later on and talk about that a little bit more. But I say the restaurant itself doesn't look like a traditional cruise ship steakhouse.
It doesn't, and I don't know if I like that.
What, do you prefer the more chopsy crown grill
Boothy.
style?
I
So
think
you
I
do prefer a booth or you don't?
No, I do like a booth. I like it feeling more enclosed. Because this overlooks the atrium, you can see the martini bear. The martini bear.
The martini bear. that famous
thing.
bear.
That's a different thing altogether. The martini bar below.
Yeah.
It feels a little bit open and a little bit cold, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't getting that much noise pollution coming in from down there. You couldn't really hear the music much, so it was quite isolated.
But back to the food.
Back to the food, especially in the evening, because it's $65 a head in the evening. Which, if you compare that to, say, Crown Grill, it's significantly more expensive on Princess. It's more expensive than Chops on Royal Caribbean. Only just, but it is in that bit. But we had the tomahawk steak for two.
To share. It's making my tummy rumble.
Well, I say, as usual, we're recording these food videos before we've eaten, which is never a great idea. But we got the tomahawk for two, which in other restaurants we've seen, you pay a surcharge for that, including on Virgin's Wake.
Yes.
We paid extra for the tomahawk.
And P&O as well in there.
Keel and Cow.
Yes.
I don't remember ever having the option of it in Chops and Crown Grill. At least we've never had it.
Maybe we'll get that next time we go.
Well, we'll see. Fingers crossed we'll be trying Crown Grill soon, depending when you're listening and watching this.
Yes.
I enjoyed the food in the evening. I thought it was all really well done.
Yeah.
You had the tuna tartare.
I did.
To start with, and that were really fresh.
Really light. I enjoyed it.
And I had that black peppered bacon, but it was essentially like a rib.
We've got to talk about the potatoes. They said they were going to be tots, and they were croquettes.
Yeah, they're definitely not tater tots.
No, they're croquettes.
I mean, if you disagree and you think they are tater tots, put something in the comments below and let us know why. But they're definitely potato croquettes.
And not tots.
No.
I like
they were
tots.
tasty, but not tots.
I know, I like tots on a cruise.
They weren't tots.
The croquettes.
They're big tots. But the food was all really good.
It was.
Yeah, you haven't got the biggest choice of desserts, but again, that's pretty standard at most steakhouses. Yeah. You have the usual bits and pieces. We had the apple and walnut cobbler.
Two scoops.
Just so good.
It was so good. So good.
I really enjoyed it.
And it smelt delicious, as you can tell by my little
But we
face.
also, we knew how big it was, because whilst I'm showing these the opposite way around, lunch and then dinner, we had dinner first and we went for lunch later in the cruise.
Yes, because we knew it was good.
So when we saw this one at lunchtime, we're having that, but we're only having one because we know how big they are.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to be full for the rest of it. But overall, we think it's a good steakhouse on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
It's not cosy enough for me.
No, and I say there's little bits that we loved and there's bits that we didn't love quite as much. But we've still given it 7 out of 10. And if you like a steakhouse, well worth trying.
Yes.
But that brings us to the end of the video, Linz.
Oh, and I'm starving again. Thank you, darling. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. There's no doubt that Celebrity Apex is a thoroughly modern ship. But what about the entertainment? Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our Celebrity Apex Entertainment Review. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello,
who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said in the introduction, Linz, today we're taking a look at all the entertainment aboard Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
And the venues that it's in. And we're going to start off by just looking at the venues to begin with, which is the theatre.
Yes.
Where, as you would imagine, you see shows. But they also do movies and talks as well. There's the casino.
Nice.
What do they do there?
Gamble.
They do. Not much else. There's no shows in there, just gambling. Then you've got the club, which is probably the most varied use.
Yes.
One where you have trivia and there are full-on shows and music acts and parties and all that sort of thing. Eden.
Love it.
Love Eden. Which is mainly around live music. And then you've got a couple of the Eden shows in there as well, which are a little bit Cirque du Soleil type things. You got the Martini Bar, or the main atrium, which is the most constantly packed one, which consists of drinking and live music. And you get some events like the choirs and other things going on there.
Yeah.
And then the rooftop garden, where you've got sports, live music, and also that big screen that you could see there.
Yes.
Films.
Yeah.
But let's start with the theatre.
Okay.
This is the one that most people think of when you think of entertainment.
And it's not a traditional theatre.
It's not.
Yeah, sorry.
No, I will completely agree. It's that sort of semi-round, which,
Yes.
as you can see, you have people sat on sort of 2/3 of that circle. Yeah. And the screens at the back, which, as you can see there, look stunning.
Yes.
But also move around a lot. So depending on the show that you're watching, the whole theatre changes very regular. As you can see here,
yes.
you got a violinist, you got someone sort of down in the middle, covered by a cover.
Yeah, opaque.
And opaque. But you got projection onto that.
Yeah.
But then the actual screens at the back move to allow different performers to appear from there. Mm-hmm. But the stage itself also transforms completely as well, which when you first look at it, you just think, oh, it's just this little round area.
And flat.
Yeah. And as you'll see as we go through these, it couldn't be further from the truth.
No.
But that was our impression when we'd first seen it. We're like, okay, it was a bit strange. Not quite sure how they'll put a show on in there.
No, I really loved it. I love somebody swinging around as well.
You do like someone swinging,
yes.
don't you?
Yeah, a lot of people came down from the ceiling. Love that.
And you can see there what I'm meaning by at the back of the screen, that opened. You've still got all the projection on it, but then you've got a singer in that one, and you have the orchestra and the band.
And he's spinning.
And he's spinning around in case people thought that they were spinning. The shows are very varied.
Yes.
And I have to say, going back to what you touched on a second ago about the theatre, it's probably my favourite theatre that I've been in on a cruise ship.
Oh, it is lovely.
Well, can you think of one that is better?
I like the theatre on QM2, but that's very traditional.
That's a very traditional theatre.
Yes.
That's like going to a theatre on land.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Cosy. It's a cosy theatre.
Yeah. For me, the thing that I loved about it was no matter where you sat, lower down here or you saw us further up earlier on, you had an incredible view.
Yes.
And there wasn't really a bad seat.
No, I don't think there was, especially as the captain sort of, he sat, I want to say at around 11 o'clock. Is that a good way to describe it?
Well, it is as you look at it from the front. He's helping that sort of top left corner.
That lady is not a professional, I'd just like to point that out.
No, but she got the biggest chair on the
cruise. She did.
We had a huge variety of shows when we were on there.
Yes.
As you can see, there's a tribute to Billy Joel. There was this same gentleman, his first show was an Elton John tribute act where he were all dressed up. For Billy Joel, who was himself.
Yeah.
But for me, again, one of the things that I love about this as a venue is no matter what type of show we went to see in there, whether it were comedy, a more traditional show, a song and dance one.
Yes.
Everything worked perfectly in it.
Yeah. Now, I would say that what we're seeing now, is on the more Cunard. Oh, no, not now. We're going more Virgin.
But that particular one was more traditionally...
Yeah. They did mix it up.
They did. And it ended with this rockumentary, which all the way through the cruise, you got to vote for what song you wanted them to end the show with.
Yes.
And apparently for about 12 cruises in a row, it's ended with We Are the Champions, which we all voted for as well.
Yeah.
It's just a great song.
Oh, and I love...
And this was the last night of the cruise, wasn't it?
Yeah, I love the band. It was great.
This particular show was probably the one that we saw the most transformation of the stage and the back set, and you can see just looking at it, this is all the same show. It just changes massively throughout it.
Yeah.
And the band sort of slide forward on that stage. You know, we thought it was just all construction at the back and everything just moves around.
No, it was wonderful. It was wonderful. Now, we are going to start playing a game, aren't we, on our next cruise?
What's that?
The shot game.
Oh, depending on certain things.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. The club. We mentioned about the club being very varied. As you can see in there, during the day, it gets used for trivia.
Yeah.
Both traditional and digital trivia.
Yeah.
It's used for the Deal or No Deal.
Which is pay to play.
Yeah. But also things like that archery one.
Yeah.
Which we took part in.
Yeah, and I was rubbish.
No, we got through to the final part of it.
My last shot, I don't know how I did it.
Literally with the last second.
I'd shot myself previously.
With the first.
Yeah.
We won't come on to that. Unfortunately, there's no footage of that.
No.
It also gets used in an evening for things like 80s flashback quizzes,
Yes.
discos.
Yes.
They do like their own adult-ish one. But also then you've got things that are more along the Virgin side, because you mentioned Cunard earlier, like Caravan.
Yes.
Which is the Eden cast.
Yeah.
Who put a show on in here.
Yes, it's a bit more raunchy.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's not Virgin raunchy.
No, it's not up to sort of quite that level, but it's a mile away from sort of that more traditional Cunard style top hat one. And this was very popular. It won a couple of times during the cruise, and every time it were absolutely rammed, because you have got an upstairs and a downstairs in the club.
Yes.
But if you want to really have a great seat in here, unlike the theatre, you really want to be downstairs?
I would say so, yes. You need to get there a little bit earlier, get yourself a drink. They've got some lovely cocktails. Oh, I like it here.
The Martini Bar in the atrium.
Yes.
Without doubt the most popular.
It was so much fun.
Consistently popular venue.
Yes.
Obviously, when the theatre's on, there's more people in there. But you get such a massive wide range of things going on in here.
We've got a DJ there with the silent disco.
We do, and we're going to let you listen to a bit in a second.
Ooh.
With the choir, who were the best choir we've ever heard on a cruise ship.
That's true. That's really true.
And they were packed when they were playing.
Yes.
But we even got a vow renewal, the biggest one at sea.
Yeah, for now.
For now, yeah. But in an evening, you had the live music on in there. People would go just down for the Martini Bar and the show, but there was always live music on.
Yes.
And I think we had 3 or 4 different bands that played in there.
It does get a bit cold because they have the crew procession and they're all suited and booted, so I would bring a jacket.
Yeah. They were so good.
They were really good.
Eden.
Oh, I love Eden.
I know. Well, it has some great cocktails in there, but for this one, we're talking about entertainment.
Yes.
Although cocktails could be entertainment.
And cocktails.
Again, it's mainly around live music in Eden.
Uh-huh.
You do have, as we touched on earlier, the Eden performers who do the Cirque du Soleil style, including Night of Dreams, where there's lots of stuff going on.
Yeah.
But you can go in there any time in an evening from sort of 5:30 onwards, and there's live music playing constantly.
Get yourself a cocktail. I don't know if I've mentioned that.
You may have done. Get a nice seat and just chill out for the evening. It's such a great place to hang out.
It certainly is. And then go for dinner and then come back.
Even better.
And have another cocktail.
It is a good place to hang out.
It is.
The rooftop garden.
Yes.
Now, I've said great venue for live music because I think it is.
Because they perch in those little trees.
They do. Except on our cruise, they didn't at all.
No perching.
Now, it was transatlantic, but as you can see on days like there where we were in Spain and sort of coming down to the Azores, the weather were gorgeous, so I'm not quite sure why we never got any. Mm-hmm. But they did put films on that big screen.
Yes.
And there were like Mission Impossible and a few other ones on there. Well, we had Top Gun. In fact, we had a Tom Cruise day, didn't we, on there? The pickleball tournaments were incredibly popular.
They're really popular.
Pretty much. The reason I ain't got a lot of other footage on there is because every time I came past there, it were a pickleball tournament. The casino.
Oh, yes.
Now, there's only so much you can say about a casino.
I thought you were going to say it's only entertaining when you're winning.
Yeah, we're traditionally not great.
We're not
which is
good.
why we don't spend much time in there.
No.
We actually did win on this one.
We did?
Yeah, because I won some money on the Deal or No Deal, and then we took it in there, and doubled it on
Yeah.
one of the slot machines, didn't we? Then we cashed it in and walked straight out.
Yeah.
So that worked out really well.
It was so good, but we're not very lucky normally.
No, but that casino was absolutely rammed.
Oh, it was, and they were in there till the wee small hours.
They were, yeah. I mean, way after we went to bed, though, it was still really busy. And it does have a little ATM in there as well. Which very few ships these days seem to have an ATM.
Yeah, you normally have to go somewhere, but they're stopping that now as well.
Yeah, but really nice casino, if that's your thing. So overall, great variety.
Yes, I was going to say it leans more towards Cunard than it is just towards Virgin.
But I think that needle's pretty in the middle of it a little bit.
It's nudging, but it's not there.
Not quite there, but we've thoroughly enjoyed everything we saw now, and we gave it 8.5 out of 10.
Yes, I totally agree, darling. Well, thank you.
That brings us to the end of another video.
Oh, well, cheers.
Cheers, Linz.
Cheers, and thank you for watching, and oh goodness, and have a lovely day. Speciality dining on Celebrity Apex is not cheap, but is it worth it? Hi, it's Linz from Sweet Natured, and today we're taking a look at all the speciality restaurants on board Celebrity Apex. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
Well, as you said in the introduction, Linz, today we're taking a look at all of the speciality dining on Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
And it isn't cheap.
It's not.
In fact, it's probably the most expensive of speciality dining we've been to on a cruise ship today, I think.
It wasn't always the case, though.
No, it's certainly gone up in sort of recent years. But is it worth it?
Okay.
We're going to start off with Fine Cut Steakhouse.
Okay.
Now, we went there for both lunch and dinner during the cruise.
We did.
The lunch one wasn't advertised before we got on, I don't think, was it?
No, we got accosted in the buffet.
We got accosted. They told us about it when we were in the buffet, I think is what you mean. And at lunchtime, it essentially turns into a fancy burger restaurant. Yeah, burger joint. Which we actually quite enjoyed.
We did, yeah. In fact, I would have done it again.
Yeah. It was. You didn't have the biggest choice of starters because it's lunchtime. Mm-hmm. It was basically a Caesar salad or a Greek salad.
Yes.
But then a load of burgers, and this was the only place you could get them, and you couldn't get them at any other time other than this lunchtime session.
No.
And I think they only did 1 or 2 on our entire 13-night cruise.
Yeah, and you could get them, I think the WTF you could get at dinner time in the restaurant, but not, they had some fancy ones.
They did. Now, it was $25 per person for lunch.
Yeah, which is old money dinner price.
Old money dinner price?
Yeah, that's how much you used to pay for.
Oh, going to a steakhouse in an evening.
Yes.
Yeah, when you say old money, maybe like 20 years ago. They've gone up a little bit since then.
But I digress.
You do. The burgers were really good. I would encourage people to try this out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I had mine cooked right.
Was yours a bit under or over?
A bit over, I feel.
Okay. They did ask how we wanted
They
it.
did, but I always get confused with US orders and UK.
Or in terms of sort of rareness.
Yes.
It was juicy.
It was very juicy.
You managed to not have it all down yourself. And they did have the cinnamon bake.
What they do for dinner.
Which they do for dinner.
So this is my second time.
It is, yeah, because we had it at dinner and it was absolutely delicious.
It's so good.
We just had that to share.
It was like a cinnamon ice cream, was it? Oh, there's me dropping it. Oh, good grief.
But it is well worth having a look at if it's on there. In the evening.
$65 a head.
I know. It is expensive nowadays. I mean, to be fair, it's probably similar priced to Chops and Crown Grill. Chops on Royal and Crown Grill on Princess.
Crown Grill is
Crown Grill maybe
sub
a little bit less.
$50, yeah.
But it's a decent menu.
It is. We paid for it before we got on the ship, though, didn't we? Using credit.
We did, because we had quite a bit of onboard credit.
Yes.
So we used it for paying for upgrading his drinks package.
And this.
And some food. I thought it was a decent steakhouse.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a bit cold.
What, that evening?
Yeah, but they do seem to sort of turn it down a bit in an evening. That's my fault, not theirs.
Yeah, that's nothing to do with the restaurant.
No, it doesn't. It's quite an open restaurant, isn't it? Because it's...
It is. It's got a little sort of glass shield there that you can just about see that overlooks the martini bar.
Yes.
We got the tomahawk to share.
We did.
I don't believe that was any extra, right?
I'm trying to think.
I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't an upcharge, no.
Which is nice, because in a lot of sort of steak restaurants, to get something like that, it is extra.
It is.
And it were perfectly cooked.
I'm thinking of Keel and Cow on that. Well, you pay per supplement on that anyway.
The Wacon Virgin.
Yeah, yeah.
Most of them are. And I say you've got your little sort of cinnamon.
Oh, it was so good.
Really good. But just going back to the steaks very, very quickly, while you sort of have the desire for that. They were perfectly seasoned as well as perfectly cooked.
Yeah.
Because I know some steakhouses can under-season a little bit. These were spot on.
Yes.
But we gave it 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
The food itself was good, but it is...
So pricey.
Yeah. This was $120 for the two of us. Now, granted, we paid for it out of our onboard credit, but we still paid for it.
Yeah.
Le Grand Bistro.
Oh, we messed up here.
This is at lunchtime. And it's decent.
It's nice. We messed up, though, because we didn't check out what the plates de jour.
Yeah, because they have a different speciality each day that you will have seen as we were sort of just walking in then.
Yeah.
And it does change significantly. You went in there...
Oh, don't look happy there.
Well, that's when you've just found out there was no croque monsieur. you came into it going,
that sounds about right.
I'm having my fancy cheese sandwich, and then we got there...
And it wasn't on.
No croque monsieur today. So on that particular one, croque monsieur or croque madame was on Mondays.
Okay.
We didn't go on a Monday.
No.
But we did have the escargot.
Oh, it was so good.
Which were fantastic.
It was almost like a huge vol au vent with... escargot on top, and then a lovely sauce. Oh, it was so good.
And loads of escargot.
Yes.
Now, we underestimated how big some of the portions were, and we weren't that hungry when we went in.
No,
Which, when you're paying $30 a piece...
Yes.
You probably want to make sure that you're going in there quite hungry. Mm-hmm. You enjoyed the soup?
I did, but it was no different to the soup that you got in the main dining room.
It was very similar, we felt.
Yeah.
Because we did try the other soup in there.
Just for science.
For science. And it did taste pretty much identical and had a similar cheese pull.
Yeah. I'm so classy.
And then take about 5 minutes to wrap the cheese around the spoon.
That sounds right.
With no soup.
With no soup.
Basically just eating cheese there.
Good.
But it is nice for lunch. Just go in there hungry.
Yes.
Because it's quite big plates of food.
Light breakfast. Here for lunch. Just plan on going to the buffet for dinner.
Yeah, absolutely. And we give it 7 out of 10.
7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Perfectly tasty.
Yeah.
But again, $30 for lunch a person.
That's more than the fine cut.
It's more than the burgers.
Yeah.
But you do get a bigger selection of food in there as well.
More courses.
Now, in the evening, this becomes Le Petit Chef.
It does.
And you can see they change it around a little bit. You've got the special table covers on for the projection.
Mm-hmm.
And this is $60 per person. Oh. Now, before we started recording this today, after we'd got off the ship, you didn't think you were that impressed with it in here.
I think it was Le Petit Chef.
Well, it was, because I've seen your face when I'm editing, and you really seem to enjoy all the food. So the food seemed to go down well, which is the big thing.
Yeah.
It is, for me, it's a restaurant that you'll do once.
I think so.
I don't think I'd be bothered about going back here multiple times.
No, I think children would like it if there's a family dinner happening.
Oh, children will love it.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I loved it.
It's pricey for a family dinner.
It is at $60 a head. I don't actually know if you get a discount with children. I never
Oh,
asked.
goodness.
The projection is fantastic. Mm-hmm. And they've got the timing of it spot on.
Yeah.
Because at the point that it ends, the little chef making his food on there,
Yeah.
they then put your plate of food directly on it. So you can see that he's just fallen down the hole to annoy Linzi. And then within seconds, they're plating it up.
Yeah.
And it does look fairly close to what's on the projection.
It is. And that burrata was really good.
Yeah. Everything within the meal was really tasty.
I'm just watching now.
Well, that's not as entertaining for people.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sure I did enjoy it. It was just...
No, you did. I can promise you, I've seen your face as I've been editing. You're like, oh, this is lovely.
Yeah, I like a burrata, but maybe it was...
I think it was sort of the projection bit. It's not what you'd class as a romantic date night.
No, it's not.
And you get everyone in sort of the restaurant oohing and ahhing at the same time, depending on what
Oohing and ahhing, yes, I know what you mean.
Doing.
Yeah.
And sort of rounding of applause. But you get the meal, then you get the next one, then you get the next one. So if there's someone in the restaurant, a table that's eating very quick or very slow, they're either going to be waiting ages for the next course, or they're going to be getting everyone else to wait ages until they do, because they time it so that they can bring it out for everybody.
Yeah.
And apologies for the sort of colouring on there. it wasn't overly happy, the camera.
No, it wasn't.
When I try to film at certain angles.
Yeah.
You sat directly below the projection, so if you just slightly off it's not fun.
Yeah.
But you get the idea of the sort of things that the chef does. I'm not going to spoil it by putting everything in it.
No.
Plus it'd be on for about an hour.
Oh, let's not do that.
No, it's just too long to...
But you really enjoyed it here.
I did, and as I said, the food was really good quality. I think it's at the top end of the pricing for what you get. Mm-hmm. But you look at the size of that steak.
Yeah.
That's a big chunk of fillet steak.
It is.
You know, the fillet steak that was in there was as big, if not bigger, than the one in the steakhouse.
Now, I think I had this too underdone.
You did. You didn't quite figure out early on in the cruise, because this one, you were like, I may have had this too rare.
Yeah, I think it was touching on blue.
It was. Mine were absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Now, weirdly, because there's two different menus in here. You got the main menu, which most of the projection's based on, but then the dessert is based on the alternate menu.
It was, because I didn't...
Because you got the alternate dessert, and I didn't.
Yeah.
But I've given it 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I think it is a good experience.
Yeah, it's a lovely...
It's expensive, but the food quality is good.
Yeah.
It's not just a gimmick. Because if you went in there and all you got projection and the food were rubbish...
Oh, goodness, yeah.
We'd say. The food was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Next up, Raw and 5.
Love Raw and 5.
Now, there's no fixed price for this.
No.
It's sort of pay as you go, a la carte. And it's similar, maybe just a little bit cheaper than going to a sushi restaurant on land.
Yes.
It's not massively cheaper.
No.
But the quality of it is fantastic.
Oh, yes.
We went in here on the very first night.
We did.
And the very last night.
We did.
We bookended the cruise with it.
Yes.
And we loved it.
Yeah.
It has some fantastic cocktails in here.
It does.
That you can only get in this one. And, you know, if you went in there and you ate a lot of food, it could work out quite expensive.
Oh.
But we got the seafood, the Lotus one.
Yeah, I think so.
Which was $34, which for us to share...
For a seafood tower.
For the seafood tower with the oysters and the crab, I didn't think were badly priced.
Yeah, those oysters didn't agree with me.
There was nothing wrong with them. Just to be clear, the oysters were fine. It was all the martini that he had at the martini bar on the first night. The oysters were perfect.
They were good. I'm not back there yet for martinis or oysters.
We'd been to the martini bar and went back to the martini bar after this, and had cocktails in here as well.
Yes.
So we made the most of it. But as I say, the fact that we went in here twice, it was the only specialty restaurant we went in twice.
Yes.
I think had there been space on the cruise when we were there, we might have gone into Eden again, even as expensive as it is. Because that was fantastic.
Yeah.
We're coming on to that at the end of this. But just as that nice little... If you want a little treat without it costing too much, and you can use a chopstick...
you have silverware
well,
yes, yeah.
If you want to. But this was the little lotus plate that we talked about with a big piece of sort of crab in the middle of it, some really nice big shrimp, and
the oysters.
The oysters, of which you got 8 oysters.
Yeah, that do not pair with martinis.
They do.
Just not 9.
Not 9 martinis. But that's where you were going.
And the other cocktails. Oh my goodness! I did not listen to my own advice.
No, you didn't. But the service in here was, to be fair, the service was fantastic in all the restaurants. Speciality and non-speciality.
Yes.
But in here they were really friendly, weren't they?
They were lovely, yeah.
We had a really good laugh with them.
We did. We did.
And yeah, highly recommended.
Yes, we enjoyed it very much so. So much we went twice.
Well, I say, hence the fact that we bookended the cruise with it.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, we weren't planning on going in here on the first night. It's only because we went to the main dining room and it were absolutely rammed.
Yes.
So we're like, shall we go up and get sushi?
We were in the queue and we looked at each other and I just said, raw on 5, and then you just stepped out of the queue and led me away.
There were no further conversations. It's just like, yeah, let's go. But we give it 9 out of 10. And over the 2 times that we went there, it worked out on average at $25 per person.
I think that's good value for them.
When you consider that's the same price that we paid for the burgers for lunch.
Yes.
It's not bad value. The rooftop garden grill, did we enjoy this, Linz?
We booked it.
We did. We booked it before we got on there.
It let us book it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was shut the entire cruise.
And we had to go to guest services, didn't we?
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, yeah, it's not opening. Because we noticed that it had not been opened at any point during it, and we had one coming up a couple of days later. So we went down there and were like, can we just check it's going to be open? Like, no. So unfortunately we can't review that, but that's what it looked like. Eden, which was $65 a head.
Yes.
For us, is absolutely fantastic.
Loved it.
You can watch our full review. It warranted a full review that's already up on the channel now. And you've got either a tasting menu or the traditional one, or they'll make you up a tasting menu.
Yes.
Which is what we did.
Yeah.
Which is included within the price. And everything about Eden was fantastic.
Loved Eden. It was my absolute favourite. In fact, I'm going to put it up there as one of my absolute favourite specialities at sea.
Well, right now, as we sit here recording it, it is my favourite specialty restaurant at sea, yeah. There's not even one that's close to it at this point.
It's so good.
That's not to say there aren't other great specialty dining restaurants at sea.
Yeah.
There are. But everything about this, I mean, we just talked about the service. The service in here was unbelievably good.
Yeah.
The cocktails were fantastic. You can get them in the Eden bar. You don't have to come here for it, but they get a special presentation down here. And the food, in particular the risotto.
Oh my goodness, that risotto.
Oh, worth every penny. And this is a date night one.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You could go in here and easily be in here 3 hours.
Yeah.
It's not rushed.
It's not rushed at all.
In any way.
It's not.
You can see that they don't even start, 'cause they've got the kitchen right behind us. They weren't even really starting preparing our next dishes and courses until we'd finished.
Yeah. That risotto. Oh my goodness me.
And the lobster and the chicken and the steak. Just fantastic. And we give it a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Because it is the best restaurant on Apex as far as we're concerned.
Yeah, we absolutely loved it. Lovely atmosphere.
Well, if you only do one, then we'd do Eden.
Oh, definitely.
But if you're going to do 2, raw on 5.
Oh, yes.
Love a bit of sushi. And that brings us to the end of another video.
Well, cheers, darling.
Cheers, Linz.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our review of a deluxe portal veranda on board Celebrity Apex, and whether the deck below caused us any trouble. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
As you said in the intro, Linz, this is our review of the deluxe portal cabin on Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
At the time that we're recording this, we've been back home about an hour, having just flown back from Fort Lauderdale and got off Apex yesterday.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the cabin in all its pristine on it, then this isn't the one to look at. Have a look at our tour that we put up on the first day when it's all nice and shiny. But what we're showing you now is what it was like after being in there for 13 nights transatlantic.
Yes.
What did you think?
I loved that we had a door.
You mean the balcony, not just a shower door or a door to the cabin?
I'm very open to doors.
You're open to doors.
Yeah, I like a shower door.
The veranda door, the reason that you mentioned that is because the sort of probably the best known rooms within the Edge class are the Infinite Veranda.
Yes.
You can say infamously known. Some people love them.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like them.
Yeah.
And that's because the window slash balcony can be locked externally by the crew.
Yeah.
We wanted one where we knew we could open the door when we were transatlantic and get the sea air in and listen to the waves, no matter what the weather were going to be like.
That's right.
And that was a big thing for us.
Yes.
And that's what we got.
Yeah. Oh, the hairdryer. Now, that took us a while to find, didn't it?
Yeah, because we didn't actually realise that were a drawer at first.
No, we didn't. So that's where your hairdryer is.
It is. And we were using the hairdryer, and then, weirdly, midway through the cruise, another hairdryer appeared. So we ended up with 2 hairdryers. I don't need one. But
we left 2.
We left 2. There was 2 there at the end of it. The bathroom itself's a really good size. The shower were fantastic.
Yes.
Sometimes when you've been using the cabin bathrooms for a week, you're a bit, I want a proper bathroom size.
I want my shower back.
This was nice.
And it had a little bar for my foot.
It did, so you could give yourself a little shave on your foot.
I could shave my foot.
Before we carry on with the review, would you like to invite people to subscribe?
Oh my goodness, it would be lovely if you could please subscribe. Thank you if you already have done.
And of course, you can follow us on the usual social media channels. And if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, take a look at the membership and see if that might be for you.
Thank you.
On with the tour.
Ooh.
Now, one of your criticisms that you've had for a couple of cabins, not just the one that you mention a lot of time, is often storage space.
Yes.
Now, this one, we're on a 2-week cruise. We had to pack for lots of different weathers.
Yeah.
How did you find this one?
There's a lot of storage space. It is spread out. There are lots of nooks and crannies. There are some drawers. Love a drawer.
Yeah, plenty of drawers in there. There's a lot of cupboards like that I just opened there that are not obvious at the cupboards.
Proper hangers.
Yeah, not the steely ones.
No, because they can be such a challenge, especially when you're desperate to unpack and get out and enjoy the ship.
Yeah, the safe's not big.
No.
Even by not big safe standards.
And the drawers are not deep, but they were deep enough for underwear and T-shirts and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, just going back to that safe for a split second, when I put in sort of like wallets and passports in your jewellery box, it were full.
Yeah.
There were no room for anything else in there.
We got robes. Love a robe.
And they were really comfortable robes as well.
Yeah.
And as you say, there's drawers everywhere. There's power sockets galore in there. I'll come back onto them in a second, but I thought it's just worth showing under the bed because we could get both of our sort of oversized
trunks
in there, cases which often we can't get them.
No,
under.
we have to open them up. Yeah,
they went under just as normal.
So if you've got a deep suitcase, you should be good.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the bits that we found a little bit later on in the cruise, about sort of 3/4 of the way around, the USBs at the side here. So you got a little power adapter.
Yeah.
But the USBs, they appear to be a high power socket because I would plug in my iPhone into there and it would charge in about 2 to 3 times faster than in the other sockets.
In the box?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. I just ended up charging it outside of the bed. It was much easier.
Yeah.
The other one we used for doing other stuff. And that box, we'll come on to in a second, worked perfectly.
For you?
Well, you were plugging your iron.
My iron? Don't be starting rumours like that.
Plugging your hairdryer into it. You were sort of twisting it around a little bit.
You've got to do it upside down.
Yeah. And you don't like to do it upside down.
Please, give over.
That table.
Yes.
I was showing that it can be put away there so that you can see the full length mirror. At no point did we actually ever put it away.
No, we didn't. We used
literally the only time that we did it other than when we did the initial tour.
Yeah.
But it's nice that it can be there. It gives you a little bit more space, and if you need a little bit more accessibility for getting around that side of the bed, it does widen it up a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and the fridge.
Yeah. The minibar, nothing that's in there is inclusive.
No.
They will empty it if you ask. I just never bothered.
Yeah.
We're only getting like a bottle of water in an evening to bring up upstairs. So
to put away, yes.
Not an issue. Now, one mistake that we did make when we first got on and did the tours went, I wonder if this Evian's free.
No.
If I'd have moved the chocolates that were there, I would have seen that it cost $5.50.
Wow.
So we only made that mistake once.
Yes.
Because you were drinking the bottle when we were doing the tour.
Yeah, well, we were thirsty.
We were. And then we were like, this isn't included.
No, because we're normally used to having a welcome bottle of water in the room.
Yeah, often water's
that's
just
included.
in there.
Yeah.
Not on every cruise ship, but on some it is. The bed is a sofa bed in all of these ones. And you got another little storage piece in there, but they just put spare covers in there.
Yeah.
So, but the thing that most people are going to want this cabin for is this.
Yes.
And it was fantastic.
We loved it. We got to sleep with the door open.
And what I'm just showing you there is sort of you put it to that part, lock it like that, and that's it. It didn't creak. It was really easy to move. It wasn't heavy.
No.
I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be sort of creaky and heavy because it's a new ship. But
yeah,
this would be the room that, without question, I would recommend.
if you want some sea air.
Yeah. Now, it is worth us mentioning, you mentioned on the intro about the area below, which is outside of Eden Cafe.
Yes.
Now, on our 13 days, Eden Cafe was only open 3 times.
It was
4 times.
for lunch, you mean?
For lunch or breakfast, because it was only on sea days.
It were on
and not every sea day.
Not every sea day, no.
We only saw 3 people out on that deck during the entire cruise. People just didn't use it. It were cut away. But if you look at getting the porthole at the other side, that's over the smoking area.
Now, they do have an awning, don't they? So people sit under a tent.
Keep it in.
Tent, sorry, yeah.
Yeah. But it is worth sort of thinking, if you are maybe prone to not liking the smell of smoke or something, like that, maybe just get a porthole at this side like we did.
Yes.
Which on this particular ship was on the starboard.
Is it raining there?
It was raining because I was waiting for you to put your head out of there and I was getting wet.
Oh, I went the wrong way, didn't I?
You did, yeah. But that deck being below just caused us no issues whatsoever, did it? The door was open all night. We didn't hear anything.
No, we didn't.
We didn't get any noise from Eden. Absolutely fantastic, because that is what's in that little glass room
below
at the side.
us, yeah.
And it's packed every night.
Yes.
And we didn't hear a thing, did we?
No.
And, with that in mind, would we book it again?
We've already booked it.
We have. We booked to go on the new XL, and we booked the same cabin type.
Yes.
Because the room's really comfy, the beds are incredibly comfy.
It's a great price.
The technology's great. The price is fantastic. And so we've given it a 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
And that brings us to the end of the review, Linz.
Well, thank you, darling. Cheers. Thank you for watching and have a lovely day. Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our Celebrity Apex review, where we're going to be looking at value for money, food, drink, cocktails, entertainment, and everything. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching. So let's see what we can see.
So it's full cruise review time, Linz.
Goodness, that came around quick.
I know. And we had 13 nights on Celebrity Apex.
Yes.
So I feel that we got a good feel for the ship.
Definitely.
And we're going to start off by looking at embarkation.
Ooh.
Now, you might go, that's a plane, not a ship.
That was a plane.
Yeah, and that's because we took a package through Celebrity, which included the flights, the
Yes.
pre-accommodation, and everything else. So we technically started the cruise back in Britain.
I was going to say, we got there, and I'm glad we flew in the day before.
We did, because we had some slight luggage issues. We didn't lose it, it was just very late.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to embarkation.
Okay.
We got to Barcelona for joining the cruise, and whilst we had, I think it was an 11:45 boarding time.
Yes.
It appeared every other person on the ship did as well. So everyone arrived at the same time. It looked a massive queue. It looked almost a Disney-esque queue.
Yeah, it kept going round and up and down.
It did, but we actually got on the ship very quick. They were very efficient going through, and no problems whatsoever.
Oh, and it was a nice embarkation.
It was really nice. We weren't aware that we needed to print out the Esther in
No.
advance.
No.
That's our fault. We just didn't notice that. But it wasn't a problem. They let us just airdrop it when we were checking in.
Did I just say the martini bar is open?
You did. Before you carry on at the martini bar, would you like to invite people to subscribe?
It would be so lovely if you could please subscribe, and thank you as always if you already have done.
And if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. That does help us, as well as check out our other social media. And if you'd like to support the channel a little bit more, please consider joining our YouTube membership, where you get exclusive access to our nightcaps, as well as early access to the videos now as well.
It's like Patreon, but
On YouTube.
Yes.
Next up, accommodation.
Yeah.
Now, we really didn't want to have an infinite veranda.
No.
We wanted to be able to open the balcony
When we wanted to
when we
open
wanted,
it.
and the infinite verandas can get locked on occasion.
And you can't really do it during the night.
What, the veranda?
You know what I mean?
I think I know what
You mean have it open?
I do. We've got other full reviews and tours of the cabin, so you can get a lot more detail on that by looking on the channel as well. This is only just sort of a quick overview on it.
Yes.
But in short, we love this cabin.
We did, and a lot of people we've spoken to would really love this cabin as well.
They will. We know a few people that have booked it. We've actually booked on the new Celebrity XL when that comes out in 2025.
Yeah, and we booked the same cabin.
We have. Not the exact same place.
No.
We're the opposite side this time. But the same cabin type, because we absolutely loved it. We were a bit concerned as to that bit below, but it turned out we didn't need to be concerned.
No.
And we gave that a 9 out of 10.
Yes.
And we would absolutely recommend that. I mean, look at that view.
It was amazing.
And that wasn't a one-off view.
No.
And every time we pulled the curtains back.
That's what we got. It was like a picture.
It just absolutely stunning. Highly recommended. Food and dining.
Oh, this is the bit now where I end up absolutely like starving.
Ravenous, yeah. Because we're recording this before we've eaten
lunch.
Sort of lunchy dinner yet.
Yeah.
Celebrity has got a reputation for having fantastic food. We'd last been on Celebrity in 2018.
I want to say 17. But either way, it's a while.
It is, but when we last went on it,
we loved the food.
We agreed the food was fantastic. The Edge class ship, of which Apex is one, are very, very different.
Yes.
There's not a main dining room as such.
No.
But there's main dining rooms.
Yes.
Which is what you're seeing at the moment. So you've got 4 separate dining rooms, which are Cosmopolitan, Normandy, Tuscan, and Cyprus, or Cyprus.
Cyprus.
We say Cyprus. Each one have their own sort of specials that you can only get in there. And they change up every day. And they have favourites, celebrity favourites, which you can get in any of them.
Yeah.
Now, you saw on one occasion when we were in one of the restaurants that somebody ordered something from one of the other restaurants.
He asked if he could have that instead from the menu in the other restaurant, and they kindly obliged.
Yeah. Now, we don't know if they will do that all the time, but we heard it firsthand, so it's not a rumour.
No.
We heard someone sat very close to us that actually did that.
It. Yes.
Now, the specials in each one are really the reason to go into them.
To try each one, yes.
And we did. We ate in every single one of them.
We did.
And they were fantastic.
Yeah.
The only, I think, Cyprus that let us down a little bit on the night we went in there, but even then, it wasn't bad.
No.
Ocean View Cafe, their buffet.
This is the best buffet. Absolute amazing.
Yeah, I completely agree. I can't think of another buffet on any other cruise line that comes close to it, let alone better.
I'm just trying to think that. No. It's like, it's great.
All right, if you've seen our full included food review of Apex, and if you haven't, the link is in the description below, then do take a look, because you've got everything in there from paellas and fresh things through to sausage rolls.
Or pigs in blankets.
The Mass Grill, which is just at the side of the solarium area.
And the magic carpet.
Great place to go get burger and fries.
Yeah.
Or hot dog.
Yeah, I would like them to get some cheese sauce, please, so I can have cheesy chips. Thank you.
Is that your complaint?
I would say that they need to have dirtier fries.
Okay.
A la Princess.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Eden is another of the offerings that's on board. Not open all the time.
No.
And when it is, it's open for breakfast and lunch.
Yes.
It's popular, but not as popular as the buffet.
No.
And great fresh sandwiches, fresh carvery, as you can see there. It's pretty much made to order.
Yeah.
But again, great experience.
Oh, Cafe Al Baccio.
Absolutely fantastic.
You started drinking coffee because of Cafe Al Baccio.
Yeah, I mean, I started drinking coffee a few months ago, more regular.
Yeah.
I used to just have it once in a blue moon. But whenever we go on a celebrity ship, or Cunard,
I know.
I do tend to have a lot more coffee than I do at home.
Yes, you tend to dabble.
I do. They also do cocktails as well in there.
They do.
Not a lot of people are aware that it is actually a bar area as well.
I thought you were going to do a Michael Caine then.
Not a lot of people.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
No. It was very poor Michael Caine. Celebrity is also renowned, certainly on the Edge class ships, for the speciality dining.
Yes.
So these are not included.
No.
Things like Raw and 5, which is where we're at the moment, it's an a la carte. You pay for whatever you fancy.
And it's sushi, and they do have some hot dishes as well.
Yeah, they do. And we loved it. But we're big fans of
sushi.
Japanese food and sushi in particular. And the sashimi were really great as well.
Yes.
We went in here a couple of times.
We did, the start and the end.
If you compare it to what it costs on land, it's really good value. But I do get the argument that you've already paid your cruise fare and people don't want to always pay for
Exactly,
extras.
yeah. Oh, Le Petit Chef.
Well, this is two separate sort of restaurants in one.
Yeah.
Because it's the Grand Bistro when it's
During the
not
day.
in an evening.
Yeah.
And Le Petit Chef, which is the screen projection, as you can see here.
Mm-hmm.
He annoyed you, that little chef, didn't he? You'll be able to hear more of Lindsay's rant about the little chef. It's an unreasonable rant in our full speciality dining guide, which you'll be able to find on the channel shortly, or it'll already be there now, depending on when you're watching this. But again, just going back to the speciality dining, you've got a wide range on board.
Mm-hmm.
From the fantastic Eden that we're going to see in a minute, through to Fine Cut Steakhouse, which is where we're at now, and Le Petit Chef, as well as Raw and Five. But you've got just as much options that are not speciality dining.
Yeah.
That are always not as good because they're different.
Where are we now?
We're in Fine Cut Steakhouse at their lunch time.
Oh, yes, they did their special burgers,
Now,
didn't
they don't do this every day of the cruise.
No.
So it's a keep your eye out for when it comes on.
Yeah.
Because they turn it into a burger joint.
Yeah.
And
but
really good burgers as well.
Yeah.
Now, Eden.
You loved Eden.
Yeah, and you can watch our full Eden review, which is on the channel now, because it warranted a review.
Oh, my
a standalone for its own.
Oh, my goodness, that
you
risotto.
Love that risotto so
Oh,
much.
my goodness me. I'm not a risotto person. I'm not a mushroom person, but my goodness.
That mushroom risotto.
It was just divine.
It is great food throughout.
Oh.
No matter where you're going, whether you're in the specialty dining, the buffet, the main dining rooms, the little snack areas. We didn't have a bad meal on board. We had the odd dish that was disappointing, but generally fantastic. And that's
Not
what
you,
we'll give it the
risotto.
score that we
You
did.
were wonderful.
Entertainment on board Apex.
Okay.
Now, especially when you're on a transatlantic cruise, and this was 13 nights, people are always a little bit concerned whether you're going to get bored.
Yeah.
As you can see, and as you will see watching this, the range of entertainment on board is vast.
There were lots of things to do, day and night, and yeah, there was. You could always find something, and there wasn't much clash, but they, I enjoyed what they had to offer.
Yeah, I saw this lady win the jackpot here as well, in the Deal or No Deal,
Yeah.
which you do pay extra for.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the entertainment ranges from sort of more traditional sort of cruise entertainment that you would expect.
On Cunard or P&O or something.
Yeah.
To something a bit more snazzy that you'd see on Virgin.
Very Virgin-like.
Yes.
This is called Caravan, this particular show, and it's the Eden group that normally perform in Eden several times. I think there were 4 shows on our particular cruise, but that's much more sort of not what you would expect as traditional cruise.
Yeah.
The live music and the live entertainment throughout was absolutely fantastic.
I mean, the Celebrity Apex Orchestra, they were phenomenal. They could play anything and everything.
Oh, they were amazing. The saxophone guy and the lead guitarist were just brilliant. And there's an end of the sort of cruise show called Rockumentary, which you could tell how much that orchestra loved playing. They got to live out their inner rock gods. And it was just fantastic. But that's the same orchestra on there that you see playing in loads of them.
Yeah.
And again, you had massively different shows from Crystallize, which was a very Cirque du Soleil type.
Yes.
Through to more traditional song and dance ones, through to shows.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you also had enrichment pieces on there as well.
Yes.
And again, different sort of enrichment ones to what you might see on, say, Cunard.
Yeah.
And where it was ones like, Are We Alone in the Universe? Do Aliens Exist?
I mean, that disappointed me. I enjoyed it, but they didn't do an Azores one. Is the Azores the remnants of Atlantis? I would have loved that.
You would have loved that.
I've been down some YouTube rabbit holes. I will now be quiet.
Shush. Great comedian on as well, who did a couple of different sets, including an adults only one, a late night one, which kind of seemed irrelevant given there were only 9 children on the entire ship. But it was great to see that. And we really, really did enjoy And this lady ended up coming up on stage, you having a little dance with her
Yeah.
at the side of the stage, which I think happens in most
Yeah.
of the shows. And she was so into it. It's like, come up on stage.
Yeah.
And she got the biggest cheer of the entire cruise.
What's happening now? Oh, this is the
This
vow
is the
renewal.
vow renewal. Again, I put it in entertainment. Subjective whether that's entertainment or not. But it had the biggest ever vow renewal at sea. Over 200 people renewed the vows.
Wow.
We weren't one of them. We were up in the solarium having cocktails.
Yeah, that
apart from when I came down to film it.
I do.
Thank you. You have things like the traditional silent discos as well.
Yeah.
Which were quite funny because we'd just been into one of the restaurants when we walked past there, and you've got the traditional bit of it being really quiet around it until it's a song where
Everybody
everyone joins in.
starts singing, yes.
It's so funny.
Oh, this was their choir. They got like centre stage in to
They did.
perform.
And because it was a longer cruise, I think they did 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah, they did.
And they were brilliant.
Yeah, they were. They did really well.
I wish I could hold a note in any degree because I would love to do that. I like to sing, but people don't like to hear me. And that's the documentary one.
8.5.
Yeah.
I would agree. There's no F words or anything too suggestive. They did have an adult naughty quiz, but they sort of
It was toned down a little bit.
It was toned down.
Bars and drinks and cocktails.
Oh, my favourite section.
Along with food.
Along with food.
It's very, very easy to find somewhere to get a drink on Apex. We've been on other cruise ships where when it's full, and we were at over 100% capacity for this ship, that when it gets like that, it's can you find a place in the bar at busy periods? It's easy when it's in port.
That's
but
it.
When it's sort of middle of the evening, can you still get it? And we never had a problem finding a seat, and more importantly, getting served.
No, I mean, this is lovely. We're sat down in the martini bar here now, but if you sit around the martini bar, you still feel part of it. There's still drinks available. Like I say, Cafe El Baccio, cocktails in an evening. We loved those.
Well, we found that about a third of the way through the cruise,
Yes.
and then went in there most evenings to get one of their coffee-based cocktails.
Yes.
The martini bar is fantastic, and especially if you've got one of the drinks packages. If you've got the premium drinks package, every martini is included on that.
Can I just say, I went a bit too hard and heavy on the first night.
And regretted that.
And regretted it, and then didn't finish the entire menu.
No, you finished half the menu on the first night.
I'm so
which is
sorry.
why you may have had regrets. It didn't stop you trying many of the other cocktails.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
Just less severe on the martinis.
Yes.
You've just got such a massive choice.
This is in Eden,
on
isn't
this
it?
ship. This is in Eden. Not in Eden Restaurant. That's just in the Eden Bar.
I'm so classy.
And there's just such a wide range of bars. You've got them outside. You've got the Sunset Bar that I didn't show in here at the back, which is really popular.
Yeah, that was really lovely, yes.
And being able to just go sit on the magic carpet, especially when you come into a port like we were there in Nassau, is such a lovely experience to have a drink and watch it. And as you can see, we weren't the only one doing that.
No.
And a rare Leicester spotted picture of me.
You look lovely in your shirt.
Enjoying a cocktail.
Yes.
You took a sneaky picture. Relaxing on board.
Yes.
There are lots of spaces, especially when you're in port days, where you can go and there'll be nobody else there.
Yeah.
It's also, this is in Eden, this particular bit I'm just showing at the moment. You can go sit there when you're not at port day, and it's pretty much just as quiet as that.
If you go upstairs, you can find a lovely little corner.
Fantastic to go read or do a puzzle or play cards. So lots of people are doing it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the pools get a little bit busier.
Yes.
Relaxing is subjective, like entertainment is. What's relaxing for one and not for another.
This is the
Solarium's busy.
Yeah. Now it's a bit stressful to get up there and get a bed, but when you do, it's very relaxing.
Yeah, we're not exaggerating this. We did see people going up there and putting the towels on at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But well done to Celebrity, because if people weren't using them and they were left for an hour, they cleared them.
And they had little passive-aggressive cards that they left.
That said, if you leave it, we're going to clear it, and this is where you need to go get your stuff from.
Yeah.
I think you need to go down and guest services.
I don't know. I didn't read the card. I didn't want to revel in someone's misery.
We weren't doing that.
No, we were good.
But we did see it happen.
We even took it in turns to go get things to eat, so people knew these beds are being used.
We did. You can also pay a little bit extra. The spa's quite a lot extra.
I want to say
$82 or $89
I want to say 89. We nearly fell over.
We did. It's not cheap.
No.
And that applies to a lot of things on Celebrity. But again, if you want to go get a massage, you want to go get a facial, you want to get your hair done, men or women, they've got
You
a
can
barbers
do
on
it.
there.
It's very pricey.
It is. I mean, even the man's haircut, and just put this in context, I normally pay about £8 for my haircut because I don't have a lot of it, was $80. And I'm like, nope, that's not happening.
You got a special thing though, didn't you? You got like a rub and everything.
Unless they were giving me new hair, it didn't matter. But we've given them 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Because we had no problem relaxing on our 13 nights at any part.
No, we did not.
Disembarkation.
It all goes to pot.
Yeah, it's never the fun bit anyway, because your cruise is finished and you're not in the best state of mind. But for me, this is the only place where Celebrity let themselves down on the entire cruise.
This is us waiting, because we had the package and we had a flight and we were waiting for a transfer.
Yeah. We were sat in the theatre, mainly...
Was it 2 hours?
Mainly alone, for nearly 2 hours. Despite them saying we had to be there at a set time, to the point where other people that were sat there just started getting up on stage and entertaining other people, which did pass a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then when we eventually did get off the ship, you can see our group going off now, it was very, very busy coming through.
It was
immigration.
very busy.
That took an hour to get through there.
Yeah.
And the signage to which bus we were on was really poor
It was
as well.
awful.
And even worse, when we got to the airport, there were just no directions.
No.
So we've only given it 5 out of 10.
I totally agree.
I was tempted to give it less.
You know what? I might have done.
Value for money.
Oh.
Now, Celebrity is a premium cruise line.
Yes.
It's not in that ultra cruise line.
No,
so we're not
I know
in the
what you mean.
Viking Oceania, but it is above sort of others.
Yeah.
And therefore, you should expect that it's going to be a little bit more expensive, no matter which type of ship you go on. Whether it is the Edge class or the Solstice class or others in the fleet. But in my opinion, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, for the buffet,
the buffet alone,
the buffet is amazing.
You can see the differences, no
the
matter
value,
where you go.
Yes.
How the ships fit, the condition of it, the service throughout.
Yeah.
There's no shortage of staff, and we've seen that on a lot of other cruise ships in the last couple of years.
No, there's no shortage, and the staff are lovely as well.
The entertainment, they've got really great people on there.
Yeah.
The orchestras were all. You can tell they get the best people that they can.
Yeah.
And that's really what you're paying for.
Yes, it's a very beautiful ship.
She's a stunning ship.
Yeah.
And I think that if it's within your means and you do want to spend that, it's well worth it.
Yeah. And you can get some good deals if you do a bit of research and want to go in that shoulder season. I've seen some where it's been comparable to other cruise lines going out of Southampton.
Yeah, it's generally speaking comparable to going on MSC Yacht Club as pricing. Maybe just a little bit less.
I would say less, because Yacht Club's gone silly now.
It is. But we did think it was good value for money.
Especially as Hull.
I'd say our Hull was fantastic. And we have rebooked.
Yes.
Overall, she is a stunning ship.
Yes.
We just said that a few seconds ago. Yeah. Any ship from outside kind of looks stunning anyway. But when you get on and you walk around it, it just continues to do it.
It's so shiny and plush and oozes Kelly Hoppen.
It does ooze Kelly Hoppen, who was one of the designers.
Yes.
The food and the drink service are absolutely fantastic, and especially if you've got the drinks package, you can really take advantage of that.
You can.
Which we did. And a lot of the time, they do include the standard drinks package as part of the deals as well.
Yes.
And as you said, the buffet, best that we've ever seen at sea.
Yeah.
The accommodation, absolutely fantastic.
Gorgeous, yeah.
We absolutely love this portal. We were fairly confident we were going to do before we went on. Mm-hmm. Within seconds of going on there, we knew we were going to do. And 13 days later, we still felt the same.
Yes.
And I never got tired of going out onto the balcony.
No,
and
it was
that's
it. And not many people used the little cafe seating below us.
I think we saw 3 people in the entire cruise.
Out, yeah.
The entertainment was fantastic throughout it. But you do have to remember, and we have said this a couple of times, you are paying a premium price.
Yes.
For Celebrity.
Yeah.
And therefore, I don't think it's unreasonable that you should expect it.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's potentially therefore easier for them to disappoint
Yeah.
But for us, they didn't.
Yeah.
And we've given it 8.5 out of 10.
Yes, I think that's a good score.
It's a great score.
It's a great score. Yes.
And we really had a great time on there. We would recommend people try it, especially if you're in the UK, because Apex is going to be based out of Southampton for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
So it's a really good time to try it. But that brings us to the end of the video.
Well, goodness, darling, thank you. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Ooh, and have a lovely day.